is money, honey. All we talk is money. All we talk is money. It's like bees to the honey. Honey, money, honey, money, honey. It's the SOSCast, baby.
We out here. Welcome to the SOSCast, only here on Valuetainment, the #1 channel in the world for entrepreneurs. SOSCast is where finance meets romance, the sexiest financial show in the world. And today it is that and then some. Welcome to the show. My name is Adam Sosnick. You can call me Soz. And we're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to help you people out there, men, women, however you identify, get paid, laid, and do it your way. Amazing panel. I feel like we're outnumbered today. I feel like we're on Fox, outnumbered on Fox right now, MLD. But I feel like we're going to hold our own against these beautiful, attractive, smart, amazing women. With that being said, let's introduce our amazing panel. If you have not subscribed to SOSCast here on Valuetainment, give us a sub. Natalya's going to fill you in on what to do. Usually I always say ladies first, but again, we're outnumbered. So MLD, kick us off, buddy. Jonathan Hogwood, MLD, Modern Life Dating, based in Tokyo. What's new in your world, brother?
Back here on my USA tour. This is like the last two shows. I'll be on Brandon Carter's show tonight, Victory Talk, with him right after the show. Here, just from Tokyo, Japan, on the America Trauma Dump Tour so far.
You're anti-America.
No, I'm not anti-America. I'm just saying the Trauma Dump Tour. I've seen 3 different women trauma dump on me in 3 different podcasts.
Trauma dump? How would you define that?
When they just start talking about all their problems without the consent of the listener. So they just start dumping their trauma on you.
Unloading all their issues onto you.
Ex-boyfriends.
Well, how would you feel if everyone started unloading some trauma onto you today? You ready for that? You're like an unpaid therapist on the SOSCast today.
We'll see what happens.
It's a superpower, of course.
Let's meet our lovely ladies. To your right, my left, Guste is back in the house. Guste, introduce yourself. Let us know what you do for work and your relationship status.
Hi, my name's Guste. I model and I'm also an executive assistant, and I am in a relationship.
Okay, how long you been in that relationship?
I think like 5 or 6 months now.
Okay, this is good.
It's relatively new.
This is fresh and fit, almost.
Oh, no.
Okay, no, it's not that? What's wrong with fresh and fit?
Just that name gives me PTSD.
Oh my God, trauma getting unloaded right now, no?
Here it is.
Don't talk about that right now? All right,
go.
Guste in the house. This is her, I think, I don't know, half a dozen time on Valuetainment. Melina's back in the house.
Yeah.
Destiny's better half.
Yeah.
I say that proudly. We all know Destiny, fan of the show. Shout out to you, Steven, if you're listening. You're invited June 2nd. I'll fill you in on that.
Yes, nice.
Fill us in on what you got going on. We all know you're married to Destiny.
Married
Famous YouTuber, Twitch streamer. But tell us about yourself.
He's banned on Twitch right now. So
he's banned on Twitch. Sorry to hear that, Steven.
And Kick is what he's doing right now.
Everyone's getting banned these days.
Pretty much. I do Twitch and like other social media like TikTok and Instagram, pretty much, and YouTube. That's what I do.
She's back.
Yeah.
All right, we have a celebrity in the house making her first appearance. I'm not going to stop it, Neyleen. She's sinking down to the chair. She's a digital creator. She's been a Playboy Playmate, I think, at one point.
Yes.
And quote unquote, she has an OnlyFans, and Jesus still
loves me, honey.
Loves her.
Yes, he does.
What's up, Neyleen?
What's up?
What you doing for work these days? How much money you printed from OnlyFans? You got a man, you got kids. Fill us in.
Yeah. So I'm Neyleen Ashley, a content creator, and obviously Jesus still loves me because, you know.
Pull it closer to this.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
This is also my first time on a podcast, so I'm really happy that you're taking my cherry on this.
But not the first time on a web-based video.
No, unfortunately. That's gotten me in trouble several times. So yeah, I'm a content creator, and according to my TikTok, I am in a relationship with Jimmy Butler, so I'm not watching my man's game tonight because I'm here with you. So.
Well, I'm going to the game after this, so I can give you a
go.
ride.
Let's go.
And we'll go say what's up to Jimmy Buckets, who's the superhero at this frickin' point. Shout out to you, Jimmy. Thank you for letting us have your girlfriend for a few hours. We will return her in one piece, most likely. Angela's back in the house, content creator, relationship advice, and just all-around level-headed woman.
That's me. Hi.
Yeah. Go ahead. Now you talk.
Entrepreneur, relationship coach. I'm engaged, and that's it.
You're engaged?
I've been engaged. We've seen this. We've talked about this.
You know, memory. It's not what it used to be these days. You've been engaged how long?
Since September.
Okay, congratulations. Mazel tov, as the Jews like to say. Tessa's back. Tessa Johnston.
I am back.
Tell us what you want us to know. How about that?
I'm a tattoo artist based in Miami, and I'm a very happy fur mom.
Fur mom.
Yes.
All right. Well, you and your relationship with your fur significant other, it's doing great. I had to pull some of the hair off right there. Let's see a couple of tattoos before we get started.
And they're all so small, it's going to be hard to see.
Hey,
They're
it's
a
not the
little bit
size of
everywhere.
the tattoo, all right? It's what you do with it. All right, gentlemen?
We'll leave it there.
That was a joke right there. Okay. And then, last but not least, we're going to do our best to make this beautiful, amazing woman that I appreciate so much smile today. Natalya Delvalle is in the house.
I'm here. Hello, hello.
The baddie with the Jamaican patty.
I'm here.
Nat, you and I have been fighting on air and off air lately.
Yep.
Shall we continue today?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
Yeah, I think we turn these, kick everyone out and just you and I mud wrestle.
I kind of like it.
I feel like we'd have some fun.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I feel like you would type of person, like if there was a wrestling match, when I'm not looking to take a chair and just smash it over my head.
I'm glad that you assumed that.
Hey, did I assume wrong?
I don't know. We'd have to see.
Sassy Natalya's in the house. Nat, thank you for doing what you do. We all love you. We appreciate you. Even MLD. And
I love her the most.
What's
I
on
know
your
he
mind?
does. Well, today we actually have a lot of announcements. We actually do have our Fresh and Fit event. Make sure you guys click the link that we have tagged so you guys can join us for the Fresh and Fit event. We will be doing a raffle today. So we'll be doing a raffle. If we can get around 20 super chats, we're going to raffle off and give away 2 free tickets today. So make sure you guys get your super chats in. I'll be reading them, and we want to announce a special guest who gets to get 2 free tickets today. So make sure you guys do all that fun stuff. And of course, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff, because today we've got a lineup of ladies and MLD in the house with the Sauce Man, and I think it's going to be very entertaining. So let's get
Spicy,
started.
some may say.
Yeah, spicy.
Spicy mom.
Controversial,
I like
some
spicy.
may say. We had to hold Melina and MLD from getting into fisticuffs earlier, but now
Whoa.
they're doing well on camera.
She knows I beat women, so.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Honestly, I think I'd rather see them mud wrestle.
Oh, shit.
Mud wrestle.
Well,
so maybe we do a
We can do
2-on-2
that,
match.
Right? Yeah.
Two-
I'm here for it.
Jesus, Melina.
Yeah, let's go.
There's no chance
ready.
that
Go,
Destiny can
Melina.
take you in a fight. Zero chance.
I'm a protector of him, you know?
You
That's what I
protect
do. Yeah,
Destiny?
I am the protector.
So most women are looking for a man to be the protector, the provider.
yeah,
But this is what you're doing for your man.
yeah. I'm the
Shit.
man. Yes. of
All
course.
right, so a couple quick announcements, and then we'll get into today's amazing show. As Natalya mentioned, Friday, June 2nd, live event here at Valuetainment with the one and only, the two and only, Fresh and Fit in the house, and hundreds of people packing the house for a sick live event. There's going to be a dozen women or so giving their opinions, seeing if there's leaks or holes in Myron's argument. He wrote a book called Why Women Deserve Less. I don't know, controversial. We'll see about that. Gustav might make a special appearance because we know she loves Fresh and Fit.
My favorite.
Your favorite, who doesn't? But they'll be here. And today we're going to be doing a raffle, giving away 2 free tickets. If you're in South Florida, 2 free tickets to come join us on the show, be our special guest. Come meet Fresh and Fit, myself, PBD in the back in the cigar lounge. Yes, we have a cigar lounge here. It's in the back. You ladies can come check it out after the show. So if you're interested in seeing the live event, tickets, link in the bio below. Did you say we had other special announcements?
Just the raffle as well.
Okay, and you're going to be letting us know when we do that.
Yes.
And you're going to be managing the super chats.
Yes.
And you're going to be smiling the whole time.
Always.
That's my fucking girl. Get that smile out there. She paid a lot of money for those teeth. They better use them.
They're all mine.
They're all yours?
Yes.
All right. Good for you.
Good.
Anyway, last but not least, let's give a special shout out to our friends at Aura. We all know that I'm all about saving that money, but even more so these days, I'm all about saving your identity. So quick shout out to Aura, A-U-R-A. So if you ever think about how much information is out there on the dark web, all right, your legal name, your date of birth, your email address, your phone number, your social, your driver's license, your side pieces, phone number, all that stuff is out there, a lot of numbers out there, and that's exactly what cyber criminals are looking for. So how do you protect yourself with Aura? Say it with me, guys. A-U-R-A. Spell it with me, guys. A-U-R-A. It's not hard to do. Aura. All right, so it's an identity theft protection, fraud monitoring. Watch this list. Go down the list here. VPN, password management, antivirus software, all on one easy-to-use app. monitors the dark web for your emails, passwords, and social, and sends alerts right to your phone fast. It also gives you real-time alerts on any suspicious activity and allows you to stay anonymous online by keeping your browsing history and personal information encrypted. I've said this before. Since I started using Aura multiple times, I've seen fraudulent activity. One that I fraudulently reported, it was just me. I got a little too wasted. I forgot that I bought a bottle at a club. My bad, but Aura still monitored that. I didn't dispute that one. I did spend that money at the club because I saved a lot of money. So that's kind of how that works. When you save a lot, you can spend. Anyway, I digress. If you want to protect your family and yourself from identity theft, go to aura.com, AURA/SOSCast. Why? Because this is the SOSCast. Use the link below, and you'll receive a 2 free-week trial. I've used it. It's amazing. Respect. We use it all the time here. I can't tell you how many people in the office have seen how much fraudulent activity has basically been exposed on the dark web. So sign up and make sure your personal information has not been compromised. Save that money, as always, and save your identity. You guys ready to start the show?
We're ready.
Yeah, ready.
We are ready. Can I get like a louder?
Can I get a Hoya?
Say it, Neyleen.
Hoya.
Say it with your chest.
I did.
All right.
If I say it with my chest, I'm going to hit the mic.
Let those baddies out, baby. Let's do this thing. All right, so let's get into today's episode. I want to start off with MLD, and obviously you live in America, but you're Canadian. You live in America, but you're Vietnamese. Yeah. You live in America, but you're Cuban.
Yes.
You live in an American, but you're Swedish.
Yes.
You live in America, but you're Lithuanian. Did I do okay? Natalya also lives in America. Her family is half Puerto Rican, half Guyanese. She got a Jamaican patty, but she a baddie. She doing it all. But you guys all live here in America. But your family is from other countries. See or no?
See?
Mazel tov. MLD, you're from America.
I am.
You're the only one that was born in America, I'm assuming.
None of you were born
I
in
was
America?
born in America.
Okay, but your parents are Cuban. All right, let me
Yeah,
flow
my
for a
family.
second. But you moved to Tokyo how long ago?
5.5 years ago.
Okay, so you've been out of the country for a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but I'm just going to try to sum up essentially what you've realized is, holy shit, there's a whole world out here outside of America, and it is so much better in Tokyo, especially when it comes to women and dating.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, for me personally,
So what's the
absolutely.
biggest difference that you've seen living in Tokyo dealing with traditional, submissive, more silent Japanese women than these loudmouth, beautiful women here we have in the States?
Well, now I'm going to trauma dump.
Let it out.
Go ahead, trauma
We want
dump.
to hear all
No,
about
it's
it.
just, honestly speaking, just the level of femininity of women in America is probably the lowest in the world, in my opinion. Like, and I don't know if it's, definitely it's a part of the culture, but like, I just don't want to deal with like combative, aggressive, like in your face women all the
Strong
time.
personality.
I just don't. It's not a strong personality thing. Certainly not. Because if you have a strong personality, you don't need to be like in someone's face. You know deeply who you are when you're a strong person. You don't need to show up and like do tricks. But it's just like there's an overall more masculine energy in women in America than pretty much any other country I've been to in the world. And in Asia and other countries too, you know, South America, whatnot, India, right? The women there are just far more feminine. I don't know if it's the food, if it's the culture. I don't know how you cultivate femininity, but our cultivation levels in the States is very low.
So let's say if what you're saying is true, right?
It is.
Okay. Who do you blame for that?
I mean, I guess women are supposed to teach women how to be women, right?
I literally have to stop you there because
So men have to teach women how to be women?
No, I'm going to tell you why you feel that women are in this like masculine energy, and it's because the men are so feminine. I'm going to tell you, the other day I went on a date.
Well, don't get mad at me.
No, I'm just going to tell you because I'm going to tell you.
You're talking to that guy, not me.
No, because I'm going to tell you that right now, men here are so feminine, and so it gives us no choice but to be in that masculine energy, because it's like they want to wear the tiara all of a sudden. And it's like me, I like to be submissive to my man. I believe in the hierarchy of the home. I like my man to be at the peak. I want to serve you. I want to love you. And I love that. But the way that the men are now, they're so in their princess energy that it doesn't let us be the feminine person.
Yeah.
On my date, I went over to go hang out with a friend. And we were there, and then he's like, oh, I'm hungry. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, we're in your house. Like, make something to eat. Like, he's looking at me. He's looking at my phone like, I'm not going to Postmate you something to eat. I'm not hungry. You can Postmate yourself something to eat. Oh, let's go to a food truck. Okay. We go to the food truck, and I don't even want to eat anything. And he orders his food. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want to eat anything. The lady takes out the little kiosk, and the man walks backwards away and leaves me there at the little kiosk to pay. And I'm just there like, bro, what is this? So I'm just like, are you leaving me here to pay for your food? I'm not even hungry at this point. So it's like, this was your idea. And so off that, I have kind of fed this idea that masculine men don't exist anymore. And I don't know if it's because women are so feminine or what, but it's like, I want to be in my feminine energy. I want to submit myself. But how am I supposed to submit to a princess? Like, absolutely not.
No, why did you even go on a date with this guy? Because, listen, I can go down the list of a million homies of mine that wouldn't expect a girl to pay, much less a fucking $12 food truck meal. Mm-hmm. So how would this even come about?
How this came about was, well, I have kids, so this person has been asking me to hang out for the longest, and it was the day before I got my kids, so I was just like, fine, like, we'll hang out. We were supposed to watch one of the games. It was a pity
hangout.
Not really. I don't know. I'm in my celibate era, so I don't know. I guess we had been talking, and maybe I thought my celibate era was going to end, and I was like, I'm going over there. So I went over there, and I was excited, and then we're just sitting there, and the man's just complaining that he's hungry the whole time. I'm like, okay, so what do you want me to do?
What is your celibate era?
No sexy time.
How long has that been going on?
I can't disclose. I can't disclose that.
1 week.
Yeah.
No.
Celibate era. Okay.
If you're making money, why would you want a guy to pay? Because you're already making money, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm making money, but I think that people think that, or at least men, maybe that's where the masculine feminine thing comes into play. It's like, if you know that a woman is making money, then it's like, well, then I'm going to let her pay. Mind you, I've been in relationships with people that were multimillionaires, and I would always be like, well, no, let's go 50-50, or like, I got you this time, or like, I'll pay my flight tickets. Like, don't worry about that. Like, I never wanted to be like, oh, poor me. But I feel like at the same time, these men, they see me and they know I have an OnlyFans, so they're like, fuck it, I'm going to let her pay.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you pay if you make money? I feel like if you didn't make money, it would make more sense.
She's just
right?
being contrarian.
I think it's just the energy. I think it's just the
Neyleen.
energy.
There's nothing that's a bigger turnoff for women than seeing, like, than you having to reach into your pocket. Like, as soon as I feel like you're in your little celibate area, you were probably trying to get some action. As soon as you had to go reach into your purse to grab your credit card, I feel like your hoo-ha just dried up.
Yeah, I think I was just more in shock because it's like, I get it. If I would have wanted to eat as well, and I would have been like, let's go eat, let's go to the food truck. I don't want to Postmates. You're offering me things to eat and I'm still saying no. If we get to the food truck and I order food as well, of course, I don't see how it would be so bad that I maybe pay for it. But this man, it was his idea. He wanted the food. He wanted the food truck. We get there, and why does he leave me at the kiosk to pay for his food?
So what happened after that?
I paid for his food.
Did the celibate era end?
No, I got locked out.
Then she slept with him.
Yeah, we got tacos at my place.
No, I did not sleep with him. I ended up locked out of his house with my magic wand.
He did the girl
and
thing.
he fell asleep.
He did the girl thing when girls just goes out to guys because they want a free dinner.
Pretty much, I guess.
That's pretty much what he did.
But
he just did the reverse role.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he makes money too. I have never done that in my life. I have never expected a man to pay anything for me. I think that I don't even remember like any time that I'd be like, oh, okay, like you got it, or like the waitress comes and she's like, oh, time to take the payment. I've never been like, oh no, time to check my phone. Like, I'm not gonna make the payment. Like, I've just kind of let it kind of naturally happen. And from what I've experienced, the men usually go and they do it, but I always offer. Maybe that's my downfall.
You're too giving.
Yeah, I'm just like, I got it.
Let's go back to MLD's comment just so we can get everyone's
Sorry
opinion.
about that.
Yeah,
he believes
trauma
that
low-key trauma dump right there.
low-key trauma dump.
Yeah, it is.
I'll invoice you
It's
for
your
the
fault.
therapy
It's
later.
you.
I just elicited it out
Going
of
back to MLD's comment that he believes that women in America are not as feminine as they used to be or in other parts of the world, right?
Right. I agree with her about the feminine guys.
Okay, so ladies, panel, let's go around here. Do you think that women are more masculine in America today and men are more feminine? Is this something that you've come across?
I would honestly say I agree.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Point
mean,
to MLD.
But I don't think it's in like a horrible way. Like I don't think men being more feminine and women being more masculine is a bad thing. Because like I train hard in the gym. Some people could claim that's masculine. I'm wearing sneakers. Some people could say that's masculine.
No,
you know,
I
so
don't-
definitely there's like crosses over.
I'm talking attitude, persona, character,
But I think it
how you
gets
hold yourself.
easily confused with like a strong woman being like a strong woman versus being like, oh, she's acting masculine because she's strong.
Gotcha.
So I think it could get like mixed.
Angela, I know that you've talked about this topic endlessly. What are your thoughts?
I do agree that I think that men are a lot more feminine nowadays and women are quote unquote masculine, but it's not because they want to, it's just like for her situation. I mean, these guys scream all day long about how they want to lead a relationship, and then you lead her down this alley where she's paying by herself. So you had a moment there to do what you need to do as a man, but you chose not to because you probably thought she was like a booty call or something, which you could have just been honest, honestly. It would have just been more transactional.
I'm out here trying to end this girl's celibate era out here, and you won't even pay for some goddamn tacos, Enrique? Get it together.
Yeah.
Where did you
Homie.
meet this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, we had gone out a couple times.
Well, where did you meet him? Like out, Hinge,
No, man, TikTok.
TikTok?
On a dating app, are you crazy? TikTok. Stop. That's where
Yeah,
you met
it was
him?
TikTok DMs?
No, not TikTok
Unbelievable.
DMs. It was kind of like, I don't know, my TikTok likes to do this thing where they like set me up and they like tag people or whatever. And then, I don't know, we just kind of stumbled across each other because he's a dad too. And like, I'm a mom too. And it just kind of flowed. And then I DM'd him. I love DMing. It's my favorite thing in the whole entire world. I guess that's kind of masculine energy.
You hit him up first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Oh, Neyleen. You hit
Why?
it. You slid in his DM?
Yeah.
How tall was
Feminine.
he?
He's tall.
Yeah, I knew it.
I know, but look, that's I guess the masculine energy that we're talking about. It's like women have to go and like take their shot because it's
Yeah.
like these men won't. I don't know how many times like I've been DMing someone for a while and then they like never ask me for my number or they're like, here's my Snapchat. I'm like, bro, am I like 20 years old? Absolutely not. I'm not gonna snap you. Like,
that-
here's my number.
Is that because you're intimidating? You've got millions of Instagram, millions of TikTok. I feel like that could be intimidating for a guy. Like, I don't think I have a chance with this girl. Then you slide in the DM.
But that's a guy being more feminine.
Exactly.
Ah,
that's right.
word to the wise out there. Melina, let's see those guns again real quick. We should have, my
Ooh.
Jesus. Honestly speaking,
Yeah.
who's stronger, you or Destiny?
I think we're about the same, but for me as a woman, I'm probably stronger.
Okay.
Right.
And you said that you protect him.
Yeah.
Okay, so this whole
No, we
conversation.
protect each other. That's what we do.
That's
of course.
fine.
We're fighting together as a team.
no doubt he could protect you intellectually all day, every day.
Ooh,
and
what
on
does
video
that
games.
mean?
And he's very smart
Yeah. So
and
I'm
opinionated
not? Is that
and
mean?
loud.
Are you telling me
and
that I'm
talkative.
stupid?
Is
Are you
what?
calling me stupid?
Yes.
No, I'm just saying you're stronger than him. He's
Stronger.
smarter than you.
You think so?
Listen.
I wouldn't say so.
All right. Well, let's mud wrestle for the. But this conversation about women being more masculine, men being more feminine. How do you process this as a relationship that you're in?
I think that all women here are probably really happy that we're living in the time that we are, because if we were living 100 years back, we would probably not be sitting here. So I'm thinking just because we've gotten a lot more chances to be masculine, taking more space, having a job, like having jobs that gets us a lot of money, I think it's perfectly fine for some men in that case to be a little bit more feminine, or they're just going to be on the same level as women. So I don't really see the idea of guys should keep paying even though the woman might be making more money or equally as much. I don't really see that at all. And I think it's a lot better that we're also on the same level because it doesn't create this like power dynamics, right? Like if you go to another country that's more poor, or they would get like the first ticket to the US to get a citizenship if they wanted to, of course they're gonna come with you and act submissive. So that's like kind of how I see it. When there's men that goes to other places because the women are too much and they're too independent and they make way too much money, of course they're gonna go and try to find someone else if they feel insecure about themselves that they can't handle a woman that's a little bit more dominant, like in life. That's
So
how
I
see
hear what
it.
you're saying, but then if you apply the laws of hypergamy, which is basically the act of dating up, and it's been
It's about the
socioeconomically
same.
proved forever.
People date each other in
But,
it's each
but
other's
what will
spaces.
happen is that all the women who are making more money will only go in search of the men who are making the most money. And we've seen the stats out there. I'm sure we can pull it up. The top 10% of dudes are getting all the play out there, all of it, me and MLD included. Then the middle half of guys, they're lucky if they get something, and then the bottom third of
I don't
guys
think that's true.
are getting nothing.
I think people use.
No, I'm using stats right now. So are you?
I think we can look up stats like where people date each other and stuff. So people usually date people at work or like in school or stuff like that. It's not necessarily like if we're in Miami, it's going to be a bit different because of course it's going to be women from all over the world that flies to Miami to find these rich guys.
Yes.
But it's not going to be necessarily that case if you go to like Sweden, like where I grew up. Right? It's probably not going to be the same thing because people date each other at workplaces or school. That's usually how it goes.
But in Sweden, everyone makes the same amount of money for the most part. In America,
I mean, there's
because
some
of free,
people. I'm
free
like
market
from a
capitalism,
I'm from a
there's
richer
a wide
area.
range of financial stability here.
I
So
think-
if they date someone at work, oftentimes it's a
don't-
secretary banging the CEO.
Okay, so would you
she ain't
go,
banging the janitor.
Would you go to like, let's say you go to Nebraska and you go to some random Starbucks in a mall? Would you look for girls there?
Yes.
Yeah,
you
sure.
would?
Look for
I
girls
would.
That's
anywhere.
what you do? Really?
I mean, I don't go to
believe that.
Nebraska, but if
think
I
you go to
do, if I
Miami
go to a
clubs to try to
Starbucks-
find girls. That's what I think you do. I don't think you like try to like go to like find some random girl that's. I don't think that's the case, and I don't think that most girls that works at Starbucks in some random state goes to like Dubai to like find men. It's not like we fly them out.
No,
or
if she's
anything.
hot enough, she will be
I
flown
don't-
out.
Yeah.
If they're
For
hot
sure.
They
enough,
will find
yes.
you.
But
No
what's the
doubt. They will
percentage of that?
find you.
It's not all women that's looking for someone that's like super rich or like Leonardo DiCaprio. That's not
I have
reality.
to agree with her.
I agree with her too.
It's
I don't
not
care
reality.
about money.
I'm from Tampa. Before moving
Yeah.
here, this scene, this media stuff, like hearing women getting flown out like to Dubai and all that, like that wasn't a thing in Tampa. There's like a small nightlife group of girls that did that, but for the majority time, like I've never heard of that. That was rare.
Yeah, but let me give you a counter argument. The girls in Tampa might not be getting flown out to Dubai.
Okay.
But I guarantee you they're getting flown out to Miami.
Yeah, like
I guarantee you they're getting a
every
trip to
single girl.
Orlando.
Every
one
single
So
girl.
it's just about leveling up for these girls.
Every single girl. Do you think they've gone to Miami to sleep with people? Like every single girl in the States or in the world? No.
No,
That's
just
rare.
they're
People
flocking
date-
to where the fun and the money
reality
is.
is that people date within their area. That's what they do.
Traditionally, yes. But now since the advent of the internet and dating apps and TikTok
So,
out here,
hold on. So what percentage?
you can holler at any
I'm
girl you want in the
curious-
world.
I'm curious. What percentage of women do you think gets flown out to Dubai or Miami to sleep with
the
rich
hottest,
men?
most
No,
elite,
what
most
percentage
slutty
of
women.
women? What percentage of women in the U.S. do you think?
Maybe 10%. Maybe
10%.
Maybe.
You think 10% gets flown out? 10%?
I'm not saying
Of the,
Dubai.
like,
I'm saying
female
they
population?
get plucked. They get plucked from whatever little town they're in, and they go to the next biggest town. Dude, you have no idea how. I'm using Miami as an example.
Yeah.
I meet so many girls where it's like, I go to school in Tallahassee, and a guy brought me down to Tallahassee. That's in Florida. They get plucked out of their little college town. Boom. I partied with 10 girls this weekend.
10 girls.
That were,
But
that
Miami's
were
like,
down here.
You
Miami's
meet
like the
them in
worst
Miami.
example. Like Miami is the worst example.
Yeah, but this is where we're located. So
Yeah, but
I
that's
mean-
where
all
all
saying,
these
it
people
doesn't
go.
project to the rest of the 7 billion people in the states.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about what's going on in Sweden. I don't know what's going on in that
But you're
socialist
worrying-
country.
you're talking
I'm worried
about
about what's
Miami
going on in
specifically.
South Florida and big cities
Yeah,
around
but
the globe.
you can't
Big
say
cities.
Wait, so
you can't
Melina,
draw
hold
everything
on.
under one.
Melina,
You know?
so what are you trying? What point are you trying to make?
That
Yeah, I'm confused.
you're
Yeah,
not
what point are
saying-
you trying to make,
confused.
Melina?
the population of females don't like try to find some guy that's like super rich. That's just not happening.
No, but
That's
they
just not the case.
look for a guy that is usually better than them.
No, they
Yes.
usually date in the same area. That's what people do.
No, that's just
It-
not true.
Of course it is.
I don't care
it's
about
not.
that kind of stuff. I've
Yeah.
never cared about money, social status, anything. To be honest, I've been like the sugar mama in most of my relationships. And I still try to maintain my femininity and be submissive and what do you want, what do you need, and nurture and love, and still be the sole money maker. And imagine I'm a mom, I do that already for my kids. Like I would love to be taken care of, but not in a financial way. There is nothing like money doesn't fulfill me in any kind of way other than, yeah, it's great. I get to live a certain life. I have experiences. But to be honest, I would give away my social media and delete it for life if I found someone real and I can love someone and submit to them. So I just think that it's like the evolution of humans. Like women have to become more masculine because the men have become more feminine, and we're just somewhere in the middle, and it's kind of lost, I feel.
Can I ask you a question? How
Mm-hmm.
old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay. You look fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
And you have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long
And-
was your?
No, go ahead, MLD.
So, like your previous relationship was it with the children? Were you married and all that?
Yeah, I was married to, my baby daddy.
For how long were you married?
3 years, and then he cheated on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then my youngest son was an oops. Oops, don't put that in there. Oh, God.
Too late.
Would you tell it to
The
endure?
best oops. He was the best oops. Obviously, I don't believe in ripping them out. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very
yeah.
happy that I made the choice because they're my best friends in the whole entire world. But yeah.
That's cool. And then how? And
Do you
then,
think she should have divorced?
hold on. How long were you dating him before you got married? Because
Yeah,
you're
all
married for
throughout
3
high
years.
school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How long was that whole relationship then?
Probably like 5 years. But then he cheated on me with my cousin, my blood cousin. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yup. So, I mean, he was cheating on me throughout the relationship.
Was he Dominican?
No, he's Cuban.
Cuban.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. Okay, listen. If you're seeing this, John, we're good. We're friends. Everything's cordial.
Good.
Peachy.
Good. Sounds good.
He's married, has kids. Like, everything's great. We're cool. But, yeah, that's what happened to me.
And how long have you been single now since that?
Ooh. Well, no, that's a long time ago. I was like 19.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow,
I'm 34 now. I've had a couple relationships since then.
So, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And Neyleen, just to be clear, what kind of guy you're looking for now?
To be honest, I just want to nurture and love someone. And I guess someone that will kind of take a couple years back with me. And like, I want to be the woman of the household. I want to be like taking care of children and all that stuff. To be honest, I just got out of a really horrible relationship. It was just trending on some news stuff because TikTok, I talk about all my things. But basically, I was with someone for a couple years, and I also met him in high school. But we got together, and oh gosh, how do I? It's very traumatic. This is trauma dump. But I don't wish this on
Dump
my
on
worst
me.
enemy in the whole entire world. But I was in a really long relationship with one of his really good friends, and that's kind of where I found myself, and I found who I am and my worth as a person. Even if I had OnlyFans and stuff, I kind of always went to sleep feeling like I was a worthless piece of shit. So being in a relationship with that person like made me realize my worth. And so I'm very grateful for that. But then I got into a situation with someone that I went to high school with. He actually took my virginity at 15 years old. And so we rekindled again because he does music and produces and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. So whatever. We got into a relationship. I was with him for a while. He moved me into his house. He
How
just
long was
bought
that
a house.
relationship for?
I would say like 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's my lucky number. But yeah, he moved me into his house. I ended up getting pregnant. I was pregnant with a baby girl. I was 4 months pregnant, had the gender reveal and everything. And then I ended up losing the baby. And then he basically, I was still bleeding from the miscarriage. And a couple weeks later, he tells me that he didn't want to be with me anymore because he didn't want to be a father or a husband and he wasn't living his truth. So that was the last relationship I was in. So I think I've kind of been a punching bag when it comes to like love.
When did that finish?
Yeah, January.
Okay, so it's pretty fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty fresh. But it's crazy. Like my heart has been through so much and I still want something real. So when I mean to tell you like I really don't care about financial status or anything, I care about height more than I care about money or financial status.
How tall are you?
5'4.5".
Oh,
No,
fucking
but
Jesus
that's just
Christ.
a joke. That's just a joke. No, it's very
Yeah,
funny.
man,
No,
my-
but that's
my
the
friend
truth.
wasn't very short.
No, he wasn't short.
But before this trauma dump continues, let's just,
Yeah, sorry guys.
that's all good. We love you. I want to go back to our initial conversation. I want to get used to the weigh in on this. This whole conversation, this premise is you live in an Eastern society, Tokyo. Essentially, what we're realizing is in the West here in America is that men have become more feminine, women have become more masculine. Can I see those muscles one more time? Okay, Exhibit A, looking great. So, in your opinion, where should men go in search of an ideal wife?
I don't know. It just depends on what you like. It all depends on what you like. For me, I moved to Tokyo because I knew I was success oriented at the time, still am. But I knew it had the most amount of millionaires in the world in that city. So I knew just being near the money itself would help me with my mindset. And then, I don't know, it depends on where you want to go. But
if being around successful people is tantamount to your success, I mean, you can move to New York, you can move here to Palm Beach.
Yeah, but then you're in fucking New York.
Okay, so again, it's not, you don't want to be in America. That's what you're saying.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I just wanted to get away from my friends. I wanted to rebuild. When I just start a new version of me. And then when I went there, I found out how just incredibly feminine and submissive and awesome these women were in a modern time. They're not handcuffed to stoves everywhere in Japan. They're normal women. They have jobs, they make salaries, they use iPhones, they have social media. They're not these enslaved women that are just walking down the street being beaten by men in carriages. And it's just funny to see some women get really upset when guys just state a preference and then they automatically take a preference and reframe that as insecurity.
But you would have a very good perspective as to the biggest difference in what's happened. You were born in America, raised in America, Orlando area.
Yep.
You've been there for 5 years. You should have a good diagnosis. 8 years?
5 years in Tokyo.
Okay. But you should have a good diagnosis of what the hell's going on here in America. So,
I do. I clearly,
so
when I come back here, it's just every time I come back to America, like, because I come in these like 6-month jumps, I just see like, I don't know, I just see things getting worse. Like, I went to Chipotle the other day in Santa Barbara, and it was just like trash everywhere, cups missing, ice machine spilled, stuff on the floor. The staff is out there laughing behind the counter. All the tables are dirty. And I'm like, what is this, a fucking zoo? Like, who's running this place? And then, you know, just like see the state of the country, homelessness. Like, Americans have like desensitized, like, oh, just step over that crackhead dying right there. Oh, you know, just it's Monday morning. So just seeing all that, like, you know, people in Asia, Chinese people, Korean people, Japanese people, they're like, we don't want to visit America anymore. It's like too dangerous to see all the crazy shit. But we've just kind of grown desensitized to like this slow like deterioration of the country.
So
I mean,
what's your advice to men, like, to make money? You know, you're famously said, make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame.
Yeah.
So are you an advocate of getting the fuck out of America? Are you saying go, you know, be a tourist and get a deeper perspective? Some people will say, like, listen, MLD, like, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not moving to Tokyo, bro.
Yeah.
So what would you say to those people?
I just tell every guy, by default, you should be working on the core four. Make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. I believe in a life of self-improvement. And I think that the average guy nowadays, especially in America, is a lazy fucking dork. Like, this, like, the people in America in general need to get their shit together. I mean,
you think most dudes are just become lazy dorks?
Most men and women. It's both,
and women.
Yes, it's both sides of the coin.
Huh.
You know? So when I come back here, I just see, I don't know, I just see a lot of entitlement. I see a lot of people not working hard at like all the like greatness that America offers. Like, if you're poor in America after the age of 30, 35, and you're a man, like, you played your cards wrong. There's some way to climb to the top in America. Yeah. I saw these Colombians selling cheeseburgers out of a fucking truck since 2009 in Orlando, Florida. That would go after the nightclub and buy cheeseburgers from these people. These people grinded for like fucking 8 years. Now they have 3 locations in store. They have mobile food trucks as well. I think it's called Junior Colombian Cheeseburger. I watch these people, these Colombian people, grind, selling cheeseburgers to drunk people for like multiple years in a row. So when I see like people in America like, oh, I can't get ahead, I can't do this, I can't do that, I just think, I'm sorry, I think you're fucking lazy. Especially me. I grew up in abject poverty. Like, every poverty marker, I grew up in that shit. And I elevated myself to, you know, the upper levels of success. And so I didn't have a dad doing it. I had no support. I had no rich white family. Nothing. No rich Jewish family. Nothing.
You gotta get one of those, bro.
I'm on the market.
Them out all over
Will they adopt me?
Yeah, you're my son now.
I want to live in Boca Raton.
When you hear this, when you hear him basically saying that most men and even most women are just lazy dorks, you know, you're from Lithuania. I don't know how it is in your country. What's your perspective here in South Florida?
Honestly, I can totally agree with that, especially having immigrant parents. Like, my mom worked 3 jobs to like provide a living for us, and especially I grew up without a dad. Like, she was a single mom raising 2 kids, working all the time. And so I guess I kind of got that like ambition and that drive, because one of my biggest goals in life is to like make sure that my mom is able to retire and doesn't have to lift a finger anymore. Yep. So I think a lot of Americans especially grow up kind of entitled because they don't see their parents necessarily go through like a struggle, and they kind of just have things handed off to them. Yeah. And so a lot of people don't really have that drive or ambition to do better, and they kind of live in like a victim mentality where it's like, oh, this is happening to me, and, you know, poor me, instead of like kind of looking at the silver lining and trying to, you know, just do better for themselves.
Mm-hmm. I see you nodding. A lot of lazy dorks.
Yeah, I agree with everything that she said.
Look at all the fat people. Like, everybody's so
no, not that. I don't agree with that.
Fat, lazy dorks.
Nope.
I
don't agree with that.
You don't agree with what?
I'll push the envelope on that.
That what?
It's not about weight. It's about mentality. It's about.
Well, I feel like weight is part
it's
of
just-
being
Weight
lazy.
is absolutely tied to
Yes.
mentality.
I agree.
I know a lot of skinny people that are lazy. So no, weight has nothing to do with it. To me, it's about demeanor, and it's about, yes, like I also grew up with an immigrant family and parents that I had to see them struggle. I grew up with nothing. Literally, like I had like 8 brothers and sisters, and we all had to scramble. Like it was really hard times, and I think that's now why I value my time so much, especially with my kids. Like I feel like I'm a sacrifice to changing the narrative in my family structure because I'm sacrificing. I am also a nurse. And I'm not working that 9-to-5 job because I want to be present in my kid's life. So I'm sacrificing the fact that I have to show my tits online so I can get time with my kids and I can be present in their life. So yeah, I would love to someday not have to do OnlyFans and show my tits to everybody and make some money. And I would love to just be in the house and raise a family and be proactive in that sense. But it's like, I feel like everyone, like you guys said, they're just so entitled nowadays, and I just don't think that that's going to happen anytime soon with anyone anymore.
Well, we're definitely going to come back to those tits online in a second, so just hold that thought. Angela, were you born in Vietnam or no?
No, I'm born here.
But your parents are born there.
Yeah.
What have you learned about your parents' work ethic versus what you've learned here in America? Or have seen here in America?
Yeah, I would agree that, yes, Americans are entitled, but at the same time, there's so many opportunities here, and I think that it's not that you're lacking opportunities, it's just you're ignorant. And I think that people want to just pick up and flock the minute things get a little tough in America. And I'm just like, honestly, it's great because my childhood versus where I am now, drastically different. So I would say it's a mindset thing. And you really have to make the best out of it. And if you're aiming for the stars out of your league, that's really just a struggle right here. Like, get off of social media. Quit comparing yourself to something that you can't get and just start small steps. And people don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that what is great about America, though, is that if you work on everything that we talk about here, get your mind right, get your money right, get your game right, get your frame right, get everything around you right, networking, your status, your social dynamics, everything, you can be the best of the best from east to west, and it's you got some titties on your chest. Like, it'll all work out in the end.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't want to go through that grind, and they just want to play the victim card. And we have immigrants from different countries here, boom, 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 boom. But America still is the land of opportunity, is it not?
For
Of
sure.
course.
For
Okay.
sure. I tell a lot of guys too to like learn to like make money online, like learn a skill, right? And if you can like make like $3,000 online, you can travel to like Colombia, you can go to Mexico, you can go to all these different countries and live for a fraction while using dollar arbitrage while the dollar's still at the top.
Well, it is. All right, so last point here. Give me the upside to going and finding, these passport bro things that you've talked about. You've talked about with Jed, going and finding a wife elsewhere. In my opinion, if you think you're just some average dude and you show up to Colombia or show up to Tokyo or show up to Romania as an average dude and you're like, oh, because I'm just an average American, I'm just going to find some dime piece. You got another thing coming, brother. They still want the upper echelons, dude. Okay, so give me the upside to going and finding a traditional, better, more feminine women outside of America, and give me the downside. I feel like you have a good perspective to this. So upside and downside of what to expect.
I think you just learn a lot about life when you travel to other countries, multiple cultures, and you're not on some like Disney tour. Like, you actually go and you mingle with the people and you see how things are done. It gives you an education that you cannot get in university whatsoever. You can't replicate that through VR, YouTube videos, whatever. I will say downside is there is an aspect of like each country has its own racism that you have to deal with. And so you got to dance around that. And like you do kind of experience the feeling of being an outsider. And so there is like insider privileges in some cultures, and that's fine. It is what it is. So it can be lonely at times.
How do you deal with the language barrier?
I study Japanese, so I just started studying it when I lived there.
Do you see yourself marrying a Japanese woman or settling down or having kids with a Japanese woman?
It really doesn't matter what country the woman's from.
Yeah.
As long as she is like just checking all the boxes. Actually, since I went viral, I met a really like a large amount of nice American women. So.
Funny what fame and status and success will do to meet more women.
You can take me
Interesting.
later.
Not you, not viral from you. Be quiet.
But you don't see yourself settling down or having kids, however you define that next phase in your life, the next chapter, with a Japanese woman?
I mean, statistically, the chances are higher that she's going to be a Japanese woman because I'm in Japan.
Yeah.
It's 98% Japanese. But like, I've met some like fucking smoke show conservative white girls since I've been here, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Shout out to those white girls out there just holding down the conservative values.
I'm okay with that too, you know.
Yeah, the problem that this is going to trigger some people. So brace for impact. The problem that I have is, yes, we want all those things: a feminine woman who's loyal and there for you and smart and charming and care. We all want all that. But I think more than anything, I would say anybody wants someone that you can just communicate with, be on the same page with, laugh, joke, have fun. Trust is obviously huge. The problem that I have in Miami is like I'm at the beach 2 days ago, all right? And I'm sitting there, I'm just chilling, I'm just getting some sun, relaxing. There's this super cute girl, kind of like Tessa, just hanging out right there. It wasn't you. And I'm just sitting there on the beach and I'm thinking, all right, she's drawing some art. You know, word to the wise. You don't ever be like, hey, you're hot, what's up? I'm like, oh, like, what are you drawing over there? And I'm thinking like, because obviously every guy knows, like, you're thinking before you say something. And she's like, oh, I'm working on some art over here, and he's like doing a painting. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I can't, at this phase of my life, like, I need someone who banter, English, can communicate. Like, I'm not trying to learn a foreign language to fall in love. Yeah. So that's a big deal for me. Yeah. Like, you know, these girls are all from different parts of the world, but they all speak English great. You all qualify. Congratulations. But one thing that I've realized in Miami, this is like, people are like, what's wrong with Miami? It's like, you can see the sexiest, awesome, like most amazing woman, at least on the surface. And you're like, hey, what's up? She's like, I'm from Italia. What do you want from? I'm like, yeah, I'm out. You can't do it. So, I mean, are you having that problem?
I had it this morning, these fucking valet drivers. Like, they were talking to me in Spanish and giving me an attitude. I'm like, this is your job. Like, park my fucking car. They're like, why don't you speak Spanish? I was like, why don't you speak English? Like, you're conducting business.
Do you speak Spanish?
I do, but
I speak Spanish too. I just don't want to do it to fall in love.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't even deal with it with valeting my car. So I can understand that.
But just if you think I'm coming at Hispanic people, I love Hispanic people. I just don't want to marry someone with an accent.
Language barrier.
I don't want to marry someone with a bad Lithuanian accent, bad Swedish accent, Cuban accent, Vietnamese accent. Canadian, my accent might be the fucking worst, low key.
Yeah, that one drives me nuts. Oh, hey. It does, but it's cute, eh?
That was slightly a joke. I mean, Canadian accent right there. Anyway, moving right along. After I just got slightly racist right there. Anyway, shout out to you guys right there. If you
don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. I'm just saying, I want someone with banter. I think banter. Can we all agree here for 1 second?
I agree with you.
Banter in a relationship, is there anything better than that?
You need it.
Because let's just fucking take off the gloves, like, after you've had sex with your significant other umpteen million times, it becomes more than just sex. We all get that the honeymoon phase, you're hot, you're sexy, that's great, but at some point, it comes down to communication, interaction, jokes, movies, funny, laugh, giggles. Yeah. Would you ladies all agree that is probably the most important thing in a relationship?
100%.
Yes.
Okay?
I agree.
You're allowed to talk.
I agree.
Okay.
No, I'm a very sarcastic, joking, banter person. So for me as well, like, English being a well-spoken, almost primary language is also key for me, because I don't care if you're Spanish, that's perfectly fine, but if you can't speak English, you're not going to understand my jokes. You're not going to understand my sarcasm, and then it's like, it goes wrong, you know? And I'm not going to understand their jokes, so it's not the same relationship.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a must as well. Like, you have to be able to banter back
and
forth.
How about you, Angela?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I just think that we all have, like, different personalities in relationship. We like to compartmentalize everything. So if I'm in a relationship, that's a different part of me, and then I'm at work, that's a different part. So you want to be able to banter with the person you spend quality time with.
Vibe and banter. What's better than that? Neyleen?
That's number one for me. I feel like even when you're 90 years old and you're on your deathbed, you can still laugh. Like, humor for me, that's everything, because that never goes away. You can get ugly, you can get wrinkly, you can even gain weight. But if you can make someone laugh, you can make them laugh forever.
The one thing you can't do to a girl in a relationship, the one thing, is bore them.
No.
Once they get bored of you.
Men too. You can't bore a man.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you can bore a man. He'll figure out something else to do. But you can't bore your woman. Melina, you and Steven must have great banter together, yeah?
Of course. But I had like a very heavy accent when he met me. But
he turned that thing right around. That ship has sailed. He's like, listen, I'll deal with you for like 6 to 12 months if you keep that ridiculous accent.
More like this, and maybe people would take me a little bit more seriously. That's like usually I'm like, because now that my English is almost perfect, but my grammar is like a little off. People are
Yeah.
like, is she stupid?
MLD, correct her real quick.
She's doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Look
that.
at that. We're making friends here.
But I'm curious. I want to ask you something in that case.
Yes.
So what do you think actually about men that goes out to meet women that they can't talk to? Like, what do you think why do you think they go out in the world to find women that can't speak their language? Because there are some people that goes
That they
after that
can't-
specifically. Yeah, they can't understand what they're saying. Like, they can't communicate. So say that someone from America goes to some like poorer country where they actually don't speak English well at all and they can barely communicate, and then they want to bring them back home to marry them. What do you think they're usually looking for? Do you think they still feel like some sort of chemistry, or do you think that they're looking for other stuff?
Well, I think as someone that's traveled, I think, and this is going to sound corny, but like attraction and love and vibe and all that lust, that will transcend any language barrier, no doubt. Like, I've been to Medellin, you know, I'd have to brush up my Spanish to find some girls that were interested, you know? So you can filter through that,
Yeah.
right? But
we
at
also
the end
say
of,
that it's very
but
important
there's
for
a
the banter
difference
and the
between
communication.
short term and long term. Short term, I'll deal with the fucking girl with a horrible accent, no problem. But like for a wife, I don't. That's
yeah,
not
but
what
there are
I'm
people
looking
that goes
for.
out to like get wives that can't speak the language, and then they like bring them home.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just
that
curious
to
what
me
you think
is.
So
personally.
short term, so you're part of hookup culture?
Yeah,
Adam.
yeah.
Adam.
I know this for a fact. Adam is.
Adam.
You know
Part of
what for a
hookup-
fact?
Adam, you are so part of hookup culture.
Adam. You're part of
Listen.
the degenerate activities.
Yep.
Did you not see his last Instagram post? Where was he?
But my point is,
Get him, girls. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him.
you can join it, gangbang me. That's fine.
There's nothing
There's
wrong
a
with
big
fucking around.
difference. There's a big difference between guy doing hookup culture and girl doing
No,
hookup
there's
culture.
not.
No.
Of course
there's
there
not.
is.
But there's a
No.
problem with that. So
Huge difference. One takes
MLD, tell us the difference.
one takes skill. One
Yes.
takes low standards.
Yes.
You know.
That
So-
confused
That's-
me.
But that's the problem.
That's
you
not
guys,
right.
you guys will
course
do
it's
that,
not.
and then
No.
pretty much brutalize women and scrutinize them for not being married because you guys are engaging into hookup culture, and then you have to essentially string her on for bullshit activities, don't you think? So like, there's a bunch of girls out there that have been fooled into thinking that maybe you have a chance with them. In reality, you're just hooking up with them. So anyway, so their problem
That's
with their
true.
goal.
That's
their
true, but
problem-
it's on the women to develop the discernment
But
if we're
that's
going to
the
be
problem. So if she's
equal
if she-
society.
if she's naive and she's a Bambi, you take control of her, you take advantage of her. But if she's
Whoa, whoa,
aware,
whoa,
she's
whoa,
a gold digger. She's has.
No, I think you're overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
Am I really?
Let me use an analogy.
No, it's simple. My
me-
story. I went to the
let me-
guy's house. If there was a guy going to a girl's house, you guys would be like, yeah. But because I went to the guy's house, someone said booty call.
It's
Like,
called-
how
it's
could that
called-
even be in the same
Neyleen, it's
thing?
called home field advantage. Let me
Yeah.
break this down real quick.
Booty call either way.
Listen, ladies, take note. We've all driven a car before. The man is the gas, the women are the brakes. Okay? If the man is pressing the gas, we all know when a guy goes and takes you out on a date for dinner, movies, drinks, he's getting to know you. He wants to sleep with you. And why does he want to sleep with you?
Well, we wanna
Because
do
he
the same
finds you
thing.
attractive and beautiful and amazing and wants to hang
We
out
do
with you.
the same thing.
But it's
Exactly.
okay.
We do.
We do the exact same thing.
So, but you talk to a guy with 100 body count. What has that guy done with his life? He's made money. He's figured it out. He's got an access. He's got a network. He's got his whole shit together.
No, he's just
you
put
talk
on
to
a lot more
woman with
willpower
100
to
body
actually go out and
count.
sleep with
She's
people. That's what
unloading
he's done.
trauma. Only one person can talk on the mic at once. She's unloading trauma galore. There's a major freaking difference here. And I never judge women on their body count. That's not me. But I'm letting you know that, you know, what do they always say? A man is judged by his future, a woman is judged by her past.
Past.
And that's those. Listen, this is controversial. Men and women are not the same. They're equal in the eyes of the law, but we're not the same. Men can't have children. Men can't have babies. Men can go impregnate 365 women if they want.
But we're equal as
Women can get pregnant by one man one time a year. That's it. Our bodies are different. And just understanding those differences is wrong to
So why do
highlight
we
that.
masturbate so much then?
Why
we go
what?
out, we masturbate so much and we go out to see people. Like, it's not like we just sit at home.
Where
and,
are
like,
you going with
9
this,
months
Melina?
we're getting
We're-
pregnant. It's not like
Yeah.
we
I
have
don't know,
sex
but I like
once
it.
in like 9 months. We don't do that.
But back
That's
to
not
Angela.
real. You
back
know
to-
that, Adam.
Let's be fair to Angela. She had a point. So what was your question or your point
My
regarding
point to it is-
hookup culture?
I mean, obviously, it takes like 5-10% of guys are in that status to be able to do it, but average guys date average girls. I mean, so to say
Yes,
that
true.
guys can just go around sleeping with multiple women because your biological factor says you should. I mean, you have all this discipline to be a high value guy. What's going on down there with the discipline? I mean, that's contributing to hookup culture, which to each their own. But you're gonna sit here, not you, but generalizing, saying shun women for the fact that they're naively being innocent to these guys who have to lie. Like, if you're such a high value man, why do you have to lie to get in a girl's pants?
Who's lying?
Most of these guys lead, like,
lying about
no
what,
offense,
though?
but this is a prime example. He wanted a free meal. Just say, hey, I'm a bum. I want some food. Do you want to? We can smash afterwards if you feel like
I
it.
would have cooked for him.
She would have done it. Women
Listen,
are so, like,
we all lie.
Yeah.
We all lie. It's just different types of lies. Guys lie with their mouth. Women fall in love with their ears. Hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take you here. This is what I do for work. I make so much money. There's always embellishment and lies.
I'm gonna buy
Women
something at
lie
the food truck.
with how they look.
Oh, the food truck.
You're 5'4", you're not 5'8", you put those heels on, you're 5'8".
But you can
Your
look
titties
through
were a
that.
B, now they're a D, you lied. Your hair was down to here, now it's down to here, you lied, okay? Your teeth were kind of dirty, now they're white, you got it cleaned
Okay,
up, you
Adam,
lied.
but which one-
women lie visually,
But which one-
and men lie
what's the
No,
point of
men
this?
lie both
vocally.
ways. Have you ever been hatfished?
Hatfished?
Yeah. Listen, the man.
Okay, are you
looks-
asking me if I've ever fallen in love with a bald dude and I just realized?
Yup.
No, that's never happened.
Well, no, not bald. He has
Yeah.
like 3 little Charlie Brown sprouts growing up. And it's way worse. You're like, damn, he's hot. He's getting your engine going. And then he has a hat on. You're like, okay. Well, then he takes it off and you're like, oh, fuck. He looks like my grandpa. And I'm like, nope. He has like, you know, the side hair, like only
George
here.
Costanza.
Yes.
No,
and I'm just like,
he's
can't
got
do
the
it.
horseshoe thing going on.
Yeah, I
But
can't
that's
do
easy
it.
for a guy. Fucking shave your head, grow a beard, get some muscles.
No,
now you're fucking
some men
Jason
cannot
Statham.
have
You're a
bald
badass.
heads. It doesn't work for everybody.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not getting hatfished. if that's
Exactly,
it.
that was
But
my question.
Ask another question. Have I ever been catfished? Where you meet some girl online, she's a fucking dime piece, and then she's filtering it all up. She's using Facetune.
Her picture's
titties
right.
ain't that
It's just
big.
sadly the
She ain't
culture
that
today.
skinny.
Her
Her
pictures
skin
were-
don't look that good. Whatever it is, and you show up and you're like, "Hey, who are you, buddy?" She's like, "I'm your date." I'm like, "No, I came to meet this girl." I'm
You're
like,
like, "What?"
"This girl right here." They're like, "Yeah, I'm him." What? No. So yes, it takes two to tango.
They both lie.
Catfish.
That's what we're trying to say.
It's
Men
the
and
culture
women
today.
both
Lie.
lie.
Sure.
Yeah.
I said that. But
Yeah,
we
so you're
lie
right.
different.
Yeah, but I would say the guys
we
just
went
way,
from
way
At
more
this
something
point,
completely
but to be
different
honest
to
with you,
this, so-
before, I don't lie about anything these days.
And
There's nothing for me to lie about.
about
Really?
hookup culture, right? When it comes to hookup culture stops when women stop giving it up so easily.
Giving it up. What do you mean giving it up?
Giving
why
their
I'm
pussy
celibate.
up for sexual intercourse
But we
easily.
like to get fucked, and we like
No,
to fuck
you
around.
do.
That's
We
why I
do.
stopped.
No, we
Yes.
do like
But-
to have
Well,
sex.
I'm
It's
gonna
just-
use.
But
I'm
if
gonna
you
use.
want hookup culture to
yes.
stop, women need to stop giving pussy away easily.
or men can stop lying. That would be nice too.
No,
That's
no,
never
no,
gonna
no,
stop.
No, it's not.
Men are always gonna try to
So
learn
why
game.
do you
That'll
have-
stop when women stop wearing makeup.
Wait, what's your problem
No.
with people?
No, see, wait,
Makeup.
wait,
Thank you. That's another one
You
that I
guys
forgot
can
to add.
see through
All right,
It's a
next podcast,
multi-billion
nobody's
dollar
coming with
industry, no
makeup.
big deal.
Sure.
Turn off the lights.
But
Turn off
that's
the
the
makeup.
problem. Okay,
I'm
if you're
ready.
saying a guy's leading, but he's lying his way, like I knew a girl who was like dating a guy for 5 years. He led her on. He didn't see a relationship with her, but like you led 5 years of the youth that she had left because you just was convenient vagina for him. That's more detrimental than a girl wearing
Yeah,
makeup.
but that's on her.
Yeah, she should have left.
She should have left.
That's
Yeah.
under the fact, okay, she's dumb. If we're gonna penalize her for being dumb, for being naive, for a guy that she fell in love for, I'm sorry, she's wrong for that. But aside from the fact that he knew he didn't take her seriously.
Let's get real here, guys.
Yeah.
It takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Okay, if the guy and the girl are together for 5 years, and he leaves her, whatever. She had 5 years to figure it out.
Wait, that's
I don't
not
feel
it.
bad
You
for
be
her.
honest, but also people don't really know what they want at all
But
times,
was
right?
he
Especially
not-
when you're
wait,
younger. But come on, it's not
Sure.
really on her.
But
because
women-
if he's promised her something, why wouldn't she trust it? Like trust was so
Women
so
also need
important
to
in honesty,
prioritize
right?
their youth and their beauty.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen with Chelsea Handler here, the debate that her and I have going back and forth online. It's like she would have had some validity when she was hot, 25, and funny. Now she's almost 50 and sad. It's like, I think we know who won that argument,
Well,
Chelsea.
damn,
it's
I
like
guess
you're
the guy
coping.
was so smart to not figure out that people age.
But
Like,
no, wait. I wanna
Yeah,
ask
so
you-
take advantage of it now. Don't be a hoe.
About this situation with
But
the,
what
the
is it
5
being a hoe
years.
in a
Hold
being in
on.
a
You have to be a hoe while
Yeah.
you're hot.
About the 5-year-long
To
situation.
land a husband.
Yeah, but no one's looking for a husband or a wife anymore.
And that's the fucking problem,
exactly.
Neyleen.
Now it's just hookup culture is going to be our fairy tale ending because men don't want a wife and women can't find a husband. So that's just going to be what it is. So everybody just hook up. Or be celibate
I don't
like
think
me.
that's true. I think it's been
women-
pretty equal
if
the
a
entire
girl
time.
sleeps with a guy, she sees relationship enough for it to be like, if she can say, oh, we're just hooking up, but we all know she wants a serious relationship. Now a guy can play into that, but he actually just wants convenient booty. There's a massive difference. We can lie our way through it, but we both know the truth. And as far as men saying, I want to lead a relationship, why would you lead the relationship into a lie? Then you're not really leading them.
But what about this 5-year-long relationship? Did she have the official title of girlfriend for 5
Of
years?
course, yes.
And so where's your?
So how's the leading
like-
on?
Yeah.
But if you're in a relationship and you're like, hey, I want to see a future with you, I want to marry you, and she's cooking, she's cleaning, she's submissive, like everyone says she should be. Where's the ring? Where's
Did
the
she
commitment?
ask for a
That's
ring?
what it is. the
She shouldn't
ring.
have to ask for a ring.
Okay. Yes, you have to ask for what you want in life.
No, that's
No.
garbage.
Yes,
That's garbage.
you have to
Do
grow
you
up
have- do you-
and
That's
want.
so
you have to-
embarrassing.
You have to
do
express
you
it.
go to Japan? Do you have to ask those girls for a blowjob? Do they know to give you a blowjob?
Period.
I don't talk like that.
Exactly.
My point.
But it's true.
You drop F-bombs all
You
day
just
long.
do one of these things.
All I'm gonna say is like you shouldn't have to ask for that. That's just something a guy knows within the first couple of visits that he wants to marry a girl or not. But a lot of these girls don't know game. They don't know the male nature. They're also not taught that. And you can say it's a woman's fault, but this is America. It's broken homes all day long. Men are leaving, women are leaving. So who's actually teaching women male nature? While men are saying you're a hoe, you're a thought, you're a hoe, you're a thought. So it's like, what is she supposed
We're
to do?
just trying to
Perfect
be more like
segue,
men.
Angela. Perfect segue.
Okay.
You need there's so many men's podcasts. What we do here, what MLD does, what Fresh and Fit does, what Andrew Tate does. The list goes on and on. Jay Waller, Sterling, like the list goes on and on. Donovan, Rolo, and we all know these guys. The list goes on, and the whole premise of what they're teaching is human nature, how men need to act, how men need to improve. This is what we do.
Yep.
But you go look at female podcasts, Call Her Daddy, other sorts of baddie podcasts. It's all encouraging women to be hoes
Horror
and
culture.
explore
Daddy.
and
It's the
explore
worst.
their sexual deviancy.
Yeah.
By the way, ladies, keep listening to those podcasts. All good. But I'm letting you know that if you want to solve the problem that you're looking to solve, you need to have your own podcast and say, this is how women need to act.
Yeah.
Why do you think Pearl's had so much success? Because she's just highlighting the delusion that women have.
Yep.
So what we've realized being men do these podcasts, we can talk till we're blue in the face, and we're going to be called assholes or misogynists or idiots. But until women like you say, ladies, I'm in a happy relationship, I'm married, this is how it works. Follow my lead if you want to have a husband and live your best life. Let's see how many women listen. No,
And that
they'd rather
husband's
watch.
probably
They'd
still
rather
cheating on
watch the
her.
Call Her Daddy podcast.
Yeah.
And just tot it up online.
No, if you want, because they wanted equality. Women wanted equality, right? So the onus is on them to get what they want now. You can't sit around like waiting around being pretty, like just hope a man's gonna come fucking marry me. Like
They do get what they want. They're working like men are. They're attractive, which they're more attractive more than ever.
Especially here in Miami, it's way more hotter women than there is men. There's no men here.
Yeah, why do you think we're cleaning up over here, my crew? Yeah.
Literally, because you're beautiful. But everyone here, all the men are horrible.
Can I just say something? I feel like it's perfectly fine to feel like you want to be a part of hookup culture or like sleep around when you're younger to try to figure out what you want. I think that's perfectly fine. And then later on, want to have something serious. I
actually agree with you.
I think that men
I
and
actually agree
women
with
feel
you.
that way. Yeah, and I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think sleeping around is a bad thing. I really don't think so. Not for men or women.
But at
It's-
some
yeah.
point, the
You gotta
epiphany
stop, you
phase
say?
needs to end.
Yeah,
and
if you
reality
wanna
needs to
have
set in.
If you want to have a serious relationship, yeah.
How old are
of
you?
course. I'm 24.
You're 24.
Yeah.
God bless
Yeah.
you. Love you. You have no idea how many girls, when I was 24, just getting started in the South Beach party scene in my early 20s, are still out there single, living it up.
Well, they can do that if they want,
No,
right?
they cannot.
can't do that?
Yeah, they can
What if
do
that's
whatever
what
they
makes them
want.
happy?
But when they cry themselves to sleep, like, why can't I find a good man? It's like, because you passed him 10 years ago.
Because you're acting like a
But you
hoe.
still wanted to hoe it up and do the hookup culture
it's because
thing.
they're looking for the plastic because they are plastic. That's why. Because the
Oh
people
my
in
God.
Miami are that way. It's not like you look for like a
How long
serious
have you lived
relationship
in Miami now? You've got a whole synopsis
One
of
and
the
a
city.
half years.
Oh, okay.
These
But I
are-
lived all
these
over
are-
the
Got it
all
planet.
figured out.
I've lived
These
in LA,
rules
I lived
apply
here, I lived in
nationally and
Sweden, I lived in New
internationally.
Zealand. I've been all over the place. I probably lived more places than you guys have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears here for a second. By the way, well, real quick, one thing that one of the things that because this is where finance meets romance, I talk money and where relationships intersect. I believe in the laws of supply and demand. Okay, the greater the supply, the less the demand. The more the demand, the less the supply. Basic economics. You've talked about that scarcity leads to value.
Yeah.
Correct?
Right.
And the less there is of something, the more that someone would pay.
Yeah.
And no wonder we're talking about relationships right now. Like the price of pussy is at an all-time low because women are just giving it away for free.
Based.
Hookup culture.
It's true.
So you talked about this endlessly.
Yeah.
I'll give you the mic.
No, all I'm saying is like, you know, for women, sleeping around is bad for them. I know you're counter to that, but it's all verifiable in all science.
Dave Chappelle did a skit. He goes,
In all
the
science.
price of pussy has just plummeted on the NASDAQ right now. You women are just giving it away. Again, men are the gas, women are the brakes. If a girl's willing to sleep with me on the first date, second date, I'm not going to be like, oh, how could you? But if she's like, listen, here's my rules. I don't sleep on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth date, whatever it is. But if you like me, you want to continue to take me out and see me, then we'll do that. And if I have to make that decision and be like, this girl's kind of fucking baddie and she's kind of dope and, I'm super attracted to her, you know what? I'm gonna wait my time and figure it out. Most girls don't do that.
Yeah.
Most girls aren't going to make a guy wait that long.
But Adam and MLD, do you know why these women are just sleeping around? I want you to really think about this.
Well, it's horror culture in the States.
No, it's because there's no men. Look at this girl had to wait 5 years for a man to put a ring on her finger. There's no men nowadays that are, I'm looking for a wife. I want a wife. So you know what these girls are doing? They're not going to sit around and wait for these men to actually want to put a ring on a girl's finger. They're going to go fuck around because then what else are they going to do for the rest of their lives?
I want to add, so I agree with you. Do you know why most men don't want to get married in America?
I'm telling you, because it's a man and woman, it's off balance. Everything
they
is
don't
just
wanna get
so
half their
messed up
shit
right
taken.
now.
That's right there, what he just said. It's not about women. It's the divorce laws.
If men don't want to get their shit taken, guess what? There's women making more money than men nowadays, so they can get their shit taken.
That's a small percentage.
And they still want to get married.
That's a
How
small
often do you
percentage
hear
of
that,
people.
Neyleen? Oh, you hear about Bill? Yeah, he took all his wife's shit, bro.
Yeah, but that's
he got it all.
That's
He got the house, the car, the dogs, the kids, everything.
That's 80-year-old
You never
Bill.
hear that.
That's not 40-year-old and 35-year-old Bill and Marissa. That's old times. Now women are making so much more money than men that they're the ones that are threatened with having half their shit taken.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's completely the opposite.
Listen, it's still a small percentage of women making money.
That's anecdotal.
So
And
because
men.
men don't want to give half their shit away if they get divorced,
Yes.
women have to not have sex because
So
men
two
don't want to
things
get
are
married.
happening.
That doesn't make
Neyleen,
sense.
two things are happening.
Yeah.
Number one, those women who are making all this money, will long-term not date down. This is hypergamy. So if you're making $250,000 a year, $500,000 as a woman, you're not dating Jake the bartender who's making 40 grand. You're not dating Carl the construction worker. It's just not happening.
Yeah, you do.
No, you're not. You're looking for the CEO. You're looking for the NBA basketball player. You're looking for the guy that's bringing home the money.
Yeah. It's
not
Facts.
true.
I don't care what you say.
No, it's not,
You're
because
not
I'm
settling
proof that
down
that's not true.
with Carl the carpenter. I'm letting you know that. Number two, because you can't find that guy, and most women will say, I'm just going to hold out. I'm just going to hold out. I'm not settling for less. I'm not going to settle. What will happen is they're 38 years old and they realize, holy shit.
38 and crying on TikTok.
I really
being
should have.
single.
I really should have
But
thought
it's
different
because
about
of
this.
you guys. It's not because of us. You're
I
saying
left.
that we
I'm
can't
not
go and
contributing
have
to this
sex and
problem.
fuck around.
I'm not
but you
saying
guys
that.
don't want to put a ring on a girl's
And I'm not
finger.
saying that women need to lower their standards. I'm just stating the fact.
Wait,
But
can I
I'm saying
ask,
the fact
why
too
are
that
you
women
guys
can
viewing-
date
why are you-
anyone.
Why are
It
you
doesn't
guys?
have to
Why are
be
you guys
this
viewing? Why
person.
are you guys viewing? Why are you guys?
Melina, hold on. Melina, the reason, because you asked why men don't want to get married, the main reason is because the divorce laws in the United States are fucking crazy.
Get her
That's
I don't
the
think that's
biggest
why.
thing.
I think they just don't want to get married because they
Wait,
just
hold
want to fuck
on.
around.
If you want to find a woman that doesn't work and you marry her and you have kids and then she wants a divorce because something might have happened in the relationship, do you not think that it would be fair if she doesn't have a job, that if you leave her, she's going to feel like, fuck, I'm like a single mom now, I don't have a job, I haven't like built up my career or anything. Why wouldn't she get half? Isn't that kind of fair?
That's a perfect example of Destiny's
Isn't it-
wife giving
isn't
a
it literally
super niche
fair?
example for a blanket
It's not
statement.
niche at all. That's kind of why the law is
How
there.
many women don't have jobs now?
How many women that don't have
You
jobs
just said
in
that
America?
what if the woman gets married and
I
she
have
doesn't have a
absolutely
job?
no idea, but it seems like guys like you want to find someone that is submissive, that can't really like
Exactly.
leave.
So
That's
then
like
you're
kind
gonna
of
have
the
to get
point,
divorced
yeah.
and give her half your shit because you want her to be home
Listen,
and
listen,
sit there
listen.
like
yeah,
this
and
and
like,
submit
let's
to
say
you.
that you would do that until you're like 40 and then you want a divorce. Like,
First
of course
all,
you would want to have the
okay,
half
stop
because she
talking-
hasn't built up her life.
Stop talking fast and over me to like seem like you're smart. I know this is a Destiny tactic. Relax.
Really? I'm
Okay.
also, this is my
So
second
I'm
language,
also gonna
okay?
say
I want
this.
you to do this in Japanese right now.
Relax. The point I'm trying to make is going to Neyleen. You asked why men do not want to get married. It's divorce laws. And you said...
That's an excuse.
But it's valid.
It's not valid.
It's not valid. That's
Oh,
just
guys,
an excuse
guys,
you guys want
you
to
ready?
use.
You ready?
We're
Watch
ready.
this. Next
Not
story.
valid excuse.
Watch this, guys. Next story.
This is why American women
Breaking
fail.
news. Jeff Bezos, the one of the 2 or 3 richest men in the world. He's the founder. What's that little company he owns? Anyone?
Amazon.
Anyone?
Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. Yeah. Okay. So Jeff Bezos is now engaged to his 5-year-long girlfriend, Lauren Sanchez. Pull up this article real quick. So you talk about not learning from history. This motherfucker better learn real quick, because his last relationship ended. There he is, engaged right there to Lauren Sanchez after 5 years ago. This woman is a predator, I guarantee you. Next story, by the way, if you could pull that up.
She looks like a predator.
She looks like a predator. By the way, this is after he was married to his first wife, Mackenzie Scott Bezos. And when they got divorced, anyone want to guess how much money she got?
A lot.
Not 1 billion, not 5 billion, not 10 billion, $38 billion. So when you ask someone like MLD, well, why do men not want to get married these days? When you're talking guys like that, or even if you're a multi-millionaire, even if you're a successful guy like me, it's like, dude, I could pluck out, and I mean this respectfully, because I would marry out of love, any beautiful, amazing girl that I meet out there. Awesome. Come on my team, come on my train, get on level with me, and I bring you into my world, and we're living the best life, whether it's millions or billions, and all of a sudden you walk away with $38 billion or $3.8 million. This is a concern. You guys, you're mimicking it, you're laughing at it, but you're not listening. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen to what guys are worried about.
Yeah.
They're worried that they're going to...
Also, not every girl takes half.
True.
Yeah, I don't even get child support.
But 80% of the time, women file for divorce. Am I wrong?
78.
If
Yeah.
men,
78.
If men, if men didn't have anything to lose, they would be filing for divorce just as much as women. That's not. I hate that statistics. I understand that women are filing for divorces, but if men had nothing to lose, they would be filing for divorces also. Let's be fair about that.
Ooh.
What do you mean nothing?
And Jeff Bezos is getting married again.
That's
so
my
if it
point.
was so bad,
Because
he's doing it
here's the
again.
thing, like, if
Yeah,
he wants,
so what do you think? If you're Jeff Bezos, number one, how ironclad is that prenup, in your opinion?
I think that shuts you up. Because you said men don't want to get married because women are taking half. The lady took billions and he's still getting married again. So
Yeah, that's why he's a fucking idiot.
It's a bad move on his decision.
It's a
It's a
horrible
bad
move.
move, but he's a billionaire and he's super smart, so
There's no
you are
reason.
moving to Thailand.
But maybe he wants love over money.
Yeah.
You can
At the end
still
of the day,
have
he doesn't
love
care about
Exactly.
without
He just
getting
wants love.
$38 billion taken
yeah,
from
you
you.
could.
that money.
So
Natalya.
yeah,
Yeah,
prenup.
absolutely.
Natalia's in the chat out there. Natalia,
Chat.
please do a poll. Weigh in at any point. Was this a smart move or a dumb move by Jeff Bezos, where he already got taken to the
He's gonna end
cleaners
up
for
poor now.
$38 billion
It's over for him.
to get married again, engaged again?
He's gonna end up on Skid Row after this.
Listen,
But I think that's the problem. We are regular people looking at this man's pocket. We don't know what this man, like, I think it's fair to say, like, obviously money doesn't mean, like, once you get to that status, you're desensitized. I mean, the guy he's a visionary. He sees things at a distance. He invests this thing for a really long time. He's obviously willing to take a loss, and he's not there for them. He's there for love.
Believe me, nobody wants to take a $38 billion loss. I believe you were here on the last episode that we did when we talked about the top 10 divorces of all time. It was all men getting taken to the cleaners by their wife for billions. We had to go through dozens and dozens and dozens of names to find 2 people where women had to pay the men. One was Roseanne Barr when she married Tom Arnold. It's like, because he was the only dude that was going to bang fat Roseanne. And then Madonna, where her ex-husband was a Guy Ritchie that ended up getting money from her.
Yeah.
But to say that it's on the same level where women have the same concern as what men are concerned with would be unfactual at best.
Yeah.
Wasn't this crazy? I usually not date down, but I go for like the normal regular guy.
Stop
your
it, Neyleen.
best friend.
Yes.
Your best friend was not a normal regular guy. Never
No.
gave me a penny. I paid for my own flights.
Because
I
he knows how to
handed-
operate.
No, I gave that man a prenup. I gave him a signed, and I'm sitting here, this
Yeah.
is your best friend. I gave him a signed paper from
Jimmy
a
Butler.
attorney. No, not Jimmy. I gave him a signed paper from an attorney saying that I was with him because I loved him and not because I wanted anything. And that if anything in the future happened between us, whether I got pregnant or whatever, that I was never, ever, ever going to be able to touch his money no matter what.
I believe, and I respect the hell out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, number one, this is the first time I've heard this. I didn't know this. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm all up in your mix. Thank you. I know who you're obviously talking about. One of my best friends.
Yeah.
I mean, we won't name names, but
Obviously.
he's 6'9". He can dribble a ball pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
He's
enough.
a multi-millionaire.
That's
yeah,
enough.
exactly. So the point is this. That guy, if you didn't do that, do you know how many people in his life would have said, before you get married, to beautiful Neyleen, who happens to be an OnlyFans model, by the way. You got prenuped, right, dog? No, bro, I love her. I would never get a prenup. Step into my office, motherfucker, because you're fired. Okay, you're getting a prenup because that is a rightful concern that he should have.
That's why, but
he's
he
worth
was never
tens
concerned
of millions of
about it.
dollars.
He was never concerned about it. I did it out of good faith to show him that I'm here because I want you. I don't care about anything else. I want you. So
he wasn't
this is
concerned
just so
about
you
what
know.
though?
He never mentioned a prenup or money or anything like that.
Okay,
I'm
but
the
even
one
if he
that-
didn't mention it, believe me, his inner circle,
Oh, I know the inner
best
circle
friends,
said something.
accountants, attorneys,
But that's why
would
I
have been
said-
like, yeah, you're getting the prenup, homie.
But that's why I said, of course, people are going to look at me and think that, oh, she's with him because of this and this and that. But I wanted to shut people up and just make sure that he knew. I didn't care about what anyone else thought.
I
but as long
respect that.
as he knew that I was with him because of him and not because of anything that he had, like, I wanted to give that to him so he knew.
Okay,
Like,
number one, I love you for sharing that. But the reality is you guys ended up breaking up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the point is this. You guys loved each other. You were willing to do a prenup. Lo and behold, you know, shell shock, guys. Most relationships don't work. Why do they call it the one, right?
Yeah.
Most people date a dozen people in their lifetime and they marry one, meaning there's a 90% chance the relationship's not going to work. So you kind of got to play, to use a basketball analogy, you can go on offense, you find the girl, you know, hit some shots. We also got to play defense, put some insurance in place, get a prenup. That's all I'm basically saying here.
Yeah,
So
I
for
do agree with that.
for a guy like Jeff Bezos right here, who lost $38 billion
That's where I was going.
to get
She
married
needs to
again.
sign a
Big deal. It's
prenup.
It's
38
like-
billion, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, so ladies, let's open it up to you guys. If you're marrying a Jeff Bezos type, a famous NBA basketball type, successful guy like some of the guys on this panel, and he says, I love you, but before we do this, we're going to need to do a prenup. What would you say?
I mean, I think it's fair.
It's fair.
It's fine. I don't know. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I think if you're in it for the right reason, then it shouldn't bother you
Yeah.
because it is essentially protection for him. But yeah, I'm not for or against it.
Okay.
I'm like neutral.
What would you say, Guste?
I would say with marriage that you already have basically a prenup depending on your state's marriage laws. So by getting a prenup, you're just kind of customizing that law to yourself. And I feel like talking through that with your partner just, I don't know, it guarantees like a kind of sense of safety and making sure that we're all in it for the right intentions. I don't necessarily view it as a bad thing. But then again, like, you know, not everyone needs a prenup. Like, if you're making like $70,000 a year, like, you know, like, why do we need a prenup?
Agreed.
But like,
Agreed. But at the
obviously
same
with the right
time,
circumstances.
and I totally appreciate that because if you're both starting out from the dirt, and from the ground up,
Right.
you know, like if you look at what's his face, Steven Crowder, okay, you know, but there's also something called a postnup. All right, so you don't need to get a prenup; you can get a postnup. So Steven Crowder, who's basically worth 20-something million dollars, super famous, super successful YouTuber, Rumble, all the above. He got married. He was a Christian. He was a you know, Bible Belt guy, doing it all the right way. Married his wife. They both took each other's virginities. They did it all the right way. Lo and behold, you know, 10 years later, they're married. They got kids. She says, you know, kind of done with this relationship. He's like, what do you mean? I love you. I still want to be with you. She's like, yeah, I'm ready to move on. So if he would have there was no reason for him to get a prenup because he didn't have any money. They started together. But at some point, he should have come to her and said, all right, I just made $10 million.
This is a lot of speculation.
I should
you do not
get
know
a
the backstory
post-nup.
of this.
No, that's
You
the
do
story.
not know this. No.
Okay, so tell me what you know.
I don't know the
fact
story,
check
and
me,
I don't
Melina.
think that the entire
Fact check
story is
me.
out there either.
Okay,
But
it's
this is
easy
like
for you to
something that
say,
people are talking
well,
about.
that's not the
no,
whole
but
story.
you're saying like
Tell me
such
something.
like stick like, oh yeah, from all of a sudden she just wanted to divorce because she wanted money. That's what you're
So,
implying.
but tell me the story.
We don't know that if that's the case. That's what I'm telling
Okay,
you.
I get that we don't know that's
so
the
you probably
case.
shouldn't just like say things that kind of
No,
like.
this has been the story. So if you have a fact check for me, I'm glad to hear
I don't
it.
think that is a story.
You don't
on.
think that what's
I
a
don't know the
story?
full story, no, but I don't think you do either, and that's what I'm telling you.
Well,
You should
it
probably
sounds
not
like
say things that you
it
don't
sounds
know.
like I know the story way fucking better than you.
Okay.
Because you're just saying, yeah, you don't know the story. It's like, no, I actually do.
Well, we don't know if
I've
the
actually
relationship
interviewed
was
the guy. I've actually read up on this.
Do you know if the relationship was abusive? Wait, if you talk to him, of course he's going to tell the story that benefits him.
Okay, but you don't know anything about the story, is what
you
I'm
have
saying.
No, but just because you
idea.
talk to him in
Accounting of
person
it.
does not
That's
mean
like
that
me
you
saying
know
I played
him.
basketball
We
my
don't know
whole
what's
life.
going on.
I
It's
played
not like,
college basketball. I played in leagues. I'm friends with NBA players. I know all this, and I'm like, here's what I think's gonna
it does
happen in the
not
Heat game
mean
tonight.
that you know if
and
the
you're like,
relationship,
yeah, well, that's just
what
on your
the
opinion.
relationship is behind the doors. Like you have no idea, so you can't really say, right? Like there could be lots of things that's happening in the relationship that we don't know about.
Well, the reality is she's the one filing for divorce.
Yeah.
So
but
he
it
should have
doesn't
gotten
mean
a
that he's
post-nup.
just- It's not like, oh, we're all happy, and then I'm just filing for divorce from out of
I
nowhere.
hope fucking
you don't
Destiny's
know
got
that.
a post-nup with your ass, girl. Let me tell you that right now.
Really? Well, maybe you should ask me what I would do. Jeff.
He doesn't
What
have
would you
a
do?
prenup.
What I would do. So, if I was a hardworking person and I
Yes.
was doing my job and I was building my career and they said, that's perfectly fine, you can do that. If they asked for a prenup, that would be fine for me. If they said, I'm going to fly you out, I don't want you to work, we're going to have 3 kids and we're going to be together for a long time, and then from all of a sudden, they want a divorce, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm taking like the half in that case, because I've sacrificed years having our children and now you're just going to dump me with no career, nothing. That's kind of,
But-
that's how I would feel about it.
Well played, but also a woman has a say in the prenup. She says, if I'm not going to have a career and I'm going to sit at home every day and take care of the kids and we're married 10 years, here's what I expect.
Yeah,
and
of
that's a
course, that's
conversation,
fine.
but most people don't want to have that conversation.
Yeah, but if they
most
say,
people
I
want to
don't-
just kind of do the
yeah.
ostrich thing, bury their head in the sand, not bring it up. Next thing you know, this guy signs a $50 million deal with Rumble,
I think
and
it's
she
really
wants
good
$25
if
million.
you're being really clear about what you want. So if they would say, hell no, I'm not doing that, I'm not going to give you half if we have a divorce, that's perfectly fine. That's like their boundary. They're
Okay.
perfectly fine to do that, yeah.
Anyone here that would just absolutely would not sign a prenup or postnup no matter what?
No.
If your man became super successful? Guys, what we're saying is this. Listen for a second. A man's biggest fear is marrying a woman out of love, okay? Finding success, building a life, building a family, making millions, making billions, and then the woman, 78% of the time, the majority of the time, checks out of the relationship. Now he loses his love, he loses his family, and he loses half his money and his house and every his assets. That is a major concern for successful men. And that's why the initial question was, why are men not willing to get married today? It's like, Exhibit A, Jeff fucking Bezos, $38 billion.
But that's a guy that's like a fucking billionaire. You
Yeah,
have
but-
to like pick
Okay.
the ones that you have to
But
talk for the
regular
people that
guys-
have regular jobs,
Yeah, but
right? And I don't think that is why
Millionaires
people
are
don't
very
get
common
married.
right now.
No,
Okay.
it's not like every fucking billionaire is like marrying
Millionaires
someone
are
that works
common.
at Target. Like,
It's not hard
we're
to become a
talking
millionaire
about people
anymore.
that are working like
it's not.
in the same area because that's what most people do. That's
Yeah.
most people that get married work in the same sort of area and make the same amount of money.
using
So
Jeff-
why are they? Yeah, I know, but you're saying that the reason today why people don't divorce or they don't want to get married is because the woman is going to take half, but most women and men don't do this right now where the man is the one making everything and the woman is not. That doesn't happen anymore.
The
So
divorce
what is
in itself,
so why
listen,
do people not marry?
the-
That's
the
not an
divorce-
answer for it because most people are not super fucking rich.
The divorce in itself is a massive inconvenience. Tearing apart a family is a fucking inconvenience. Like, what part of that don't you get?
What are you talking-
It's not about just
you're
money.
not-
It's
do you
not
think
about.
that most
listen,
people are
I'm gonna
rich?
explain. You gotta be quiet.
Yeah, but you're not
Then you're not listening. Calm down and I will, okay? The point I'm trying to tell you is that it's not just the money, okay? When women are rushing en masse, 78% of the time to initiate these divorces, what is the incentive for a man to get married when women are given the pussy already, they're cooking, they're cleaning, they're doing everything? Why would he be like, okay, let me just sign this contract that potentially you could fuck me over at any point?
But if they're making the same amount of money, it's not like it's really a
Who
problem.
did the children typically go to when the people are separated?
Not anymore.
I think that it's safe to say that by the time a woman decides to file for divorce, the guy's already emotionally checked out.
Women do that way more than men do. Emotionally checking out from a relationship. Women break up with you 6 months ahead of time.
But maybe that's
Okay.
not the woman's
That's
fault.
true.
Okay,
Look at all these girls laughing when
It
I
takes
said
two to
that.
tango.
Look at all
It
these
takes
girls
two to
laughing when I
tango.
said
Anybody
that.
disagree with MLD had to say about
what
that?
is he saying? I don't understand.
He's saying that, go ahead.
A lot more women emotionally check out of relationships, way more than dudes do.
Maybe their
think
love
both.
tank
Okay,
is not
but I
getting
think that what's
filled.
the-
What's the
That's
detriment
why-
in that? I don't understand your point to saying that. What's the she checks out
Because
in
you were
what?
saying that men emotionally check out.
Yeah, but you're in the relationship. It's a marriage. It's two people. So if
Okay.
a guy checks out and you're both barbaric, you don't know how to communicate, you have kids, she's still cooking, cleaning, whatever traditional role you guys want her to play nowadays, the guy just pays the bills and provides and he's there. That's all his job is. If a woman, like I'm saying most of the time, hey, you should learn how to emotionally communicate with your woman. Oh, that's gay. We don't do that. We don't need to communicate. Like, dude, you have to communicate with your partner.
I agree with you.
But, but the minute I bring that up, everyone demonizes that because it's like, no, men are masculine. We don't need to tap into that.
I didn't say that. I just said that women are the ones initiating the divorces. They're the ones tearing families apart.
But they're initiating the divorces for a reason.
Because they're not
just doing it because they want to.
Do you know what the number one cited reason is, Miss Genius?
Abuse.
This one?
Yeah, you. Abuse, no.
Abuse.
Lithuania?
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be abuse, but you're not happy together.
you don't know.
Obviously,
So, hold on, let me
you
ask the other
divorce
girls.
because you're not happy. That's what
Do you know?
do. That's why
How
people
to say
divorce.
not happy, like not
Not happy. Maylene, do you
Neyleen?
know why the number one reason women say for divorce?
I feel like their love tanks aren't getting filled.
the same thing.
People are unhappy. That's it. That's why people divorce.
Do you know?
I legitimately don't know.
Do you know?
The number one reason that
People get,
women file for divorce?
yeah.
My guess is they're just unhappy. They've emotionally checked out.
It's I forget the name.
Irreconcilable differences?
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and what does that mean exactly?
Emotions.
Yeah.
Your point to that, I don't get it. Emotions aren't important in relationships?
If you're going to make all of your life decisions based upon your emotions, you're going to be a very miserable person.
But emotions fuel us as humans. We need emotions.
That's kind of the life experience.
That phrase. That phrase continues that you guys make it seem like it's just transactional. Like he pays, provides, you cook, you clean, we don't hug each other. Screw the banter, screw all that stuff. That's still part of a relationship. These guys nowadays just think, oh, you know what, travel back in time, you don't need to work anymore, I'll provide everything, and you just be a sex slave. Like, that's not normal. That's not even healthy.
I want that.
Conversation.
She wants that over here.
I sure do.
Yeah, you think you want that for like what, 1 or 2 years, and there's nothing to actually build on that. Like
No,
everyone
but look
thinks
at
they
how
want
bad.
that.
Look at how bad mentally I have had to stoop down to that. For me, I would be the happiest person in the world being a sex slave, being at home, raising a family.
Yes, but how would you
because
feel?
That's how bad
how
it
would you
is.
feel 2 years in, and you're the sex slave or whatever, and the next thing he's like, you know what? I want a little banter. You don't have banter. I'm gonna find another chick that does banter.
But that's what's happening.
But okay, you're normalizing it.
But the
I
difference
am
is
normalizing it because you have to,
you
because
bring
that's
up
our
a very
reality.
good point. You bring up a very good point. I'll tell you why. The women who are the least happy in relationships is when they're relegated to just the simple, traditional trad wife, cook, clean, fuck, that's your job. Because there's an element that's like, okay, cool, that's part of it. But women also need to have a purpose. And feel like they have a passion for something. So now it's incumbent on the man if he's successful. I'm not talking about these $40,000 Swedish friends of yours. I'm talking about successful men with a very beautiful woman. That's what we're solving for here, guys. I'm not talking about two homeless people fucking in the street and they're not getting a prenup. I'm talking about a successful guy and a beautiful woman. This is what I'm solving for here, guys. It's incumbent on that man to now empower the woman, to give her a bigger piece and incentivize her to say, hey, baby, this is what I'm building. Yes, I want you to be my beautiful wife. Yes, I want you to take care of our children. Yes, I want you to be like Neyleen and a sex slave. Awesome. But I also need your help building X, Y, and Z. Where can you help? Right. Well, I love technology. All right, great. I'm going to put you as the fucking CTO. Oh, I love marketing. You're the new CMO, baby. Oh, I love advertising. Let's get your advertising on. And giving the woman a purpose. Because you are right that a woman cannot just be satisfied. I'm the cooker, I'm the cleaner, I'm the fucker. I get it. At some point, a woman will check the fuck out. I totally agree.
You just described my brain right there. That's what I sound like.
But not in America. So women do need to have a sense of purpose.
For sure.
I think that's what you're saying.
Anyone has a sense of purpose.
I agree.
Yes.
But here's the difference. Men do not have the luxury of having a flip-flop on these things. One day I want to be a stay-at-home wife. One day I want to be a boss babe. One day I want to be a sex slave. One day I want to be an accountant. We don't have that luxury. We wake up, we put on our fucking pants, we get to work. We put on our big boy pants. We don't have the luxury of being like, I don't know. Today, maybe I'll start an OnlyFans. No, I'm going to go to college. No, I'm going to get a degree.
I don't think
no,
most
I'm going to find a rich guy.
Extreme,
Guys don't have that luxury. Women have that luxury.
I don't think most people were like that.
No, that women, most relationships aren't like that, where the woman just gets to choose whatever she wants to do like that day. Like, I don't think most relationship dynamics work like that.
I'm saying with your life. Women have the luxury of a choice. The choice is, do I want to be a mother and build a household, or do I want to be a businesswoman and start a business? It's very hard to do both. A man, his job is to work his ass off, provide, protect, and yes, spend some time with the kids.
Wait,
no
why
doubt.
can't it be
The
equally?
men that is
Why
also
can't
the
it be
mother's
equally?
job.
Why can't it be like father 50% and mother 50% and both work? Why can't it be that? Like, isn't that possible?
Sure,
That's from the
anything's
culture I come
possible.
from. That's the
I think
culture I'm
that's
coming
awesome.
from. You know, it's
But-
pretty equal that
and
way.
this is
yeah.
why, respect to the women, you're the ones that have to get pregnant. You're the ones that can't work for 9 months. You're the ones that have to breastfeed. You're the ones that have to raise children. I respect the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Don't downplay and diminish the role of a mother. Like
A woman.
Andrew Tate has famously said, he went to his grandmother's
I
funeral.
don't think any of us are.
And there was a whole litany and legacy of family there. Nobody gave a shit what grandma's job was. They cared that she was the figurehead, the mother of the family. And she gave life to 80 people in a room. That's a beautiful, amazing thing. Chelsea Handlers of the world are basically spitting on grandma, being like, yeah, I don't give a shit about your bloodline, your lineage.
Yeah,
I'm going to get
no.
my money.
Yeah, but like, you can be a mother and you can have a job. That's fine, as long as you're being equal in the family with
Yes,
dad. And
there's a
those things.
difference between a job and a career.
I think you can have a job career and then you could also have a child.
Very hard to
yes.
do.
No, I think it's perfectly possible
You're gonna
because
be
my parents
breastfeeding,
did that, and
you're gonna be
every single
breastfeeding,
person that I
raising
know
kids,
in
but
Sweden
also
did.
holding board
it's-
meetings, not easy
of course,
to do.
It's
we're
not
talking
easy to
about
do.
9 months, and then we're talking about a year like after when the child is born, when the parents, the parents are a little bit more involved with the kid's life, like taking care of a lot
How would
more.
you know? You never had kids.
No, I don't have kids, but I was a kid. And I have parents, right? And I know
But I
what
know
this
some
is
kids.
like. Of
Anyway,
course, but
let's
do
move
you
on to the
really-
next
do you-
topic.
Do we
Can-
not
can-
know?
can
wait,
we
come
move
on.
on to the
Do we
next
not
topic?
know? Do we not know what it's like to be a parent, or what a good parent
Melina.
is? I think we all have
Melina.
kind of
I
like
think
an
I'm the
idea
only
of
Do I
parent
have
yeah.
your
here.
permission
Yeah.
on my
So-
show to move on to the next topic?
Yeah, you're
Thank
allowed
you,
to,
Melina.
Adam.
I
It's
love
all right.
you. Appreciate that.
This is Mel's show now.
I
Okay?
feel like you might have some of the things in the next topic. By the way, before we move on to the next topic, which is about daddy issues, before we go there, we've got about a half hour left, and I want to get through some topics. Natalya, you're managing the chat. We're giving a giveaway at the end for the Fresh and Fit live event here at Valuetainment. Nat, what are you seeing in the chat? What super chats do we need to read? What you got going on over there?
All right, so I'll go through the chats. I actually have a wheel name, like wheel of names. So I'm putting in all the chats that you guys send in that are $5 and more. So if you send in multiple chats that are $5 and more, you'll be in the wheel multiple times. And at the end, we'll pick a winner for the SOSCast live event with Fresh and Fit. But as that continues, I'll read some of the chats. Thank you all for the super chats today. We appreciate it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. We'll start off with the first one. We have Leon, VRP, MLD making rounds. Live is my version of a World Cup. He said, the eyes say it all. Chico, John knows. Please save my eyes. Roberto Blake, fan of the show. I'd like to hear a rational argument for why emotional vulnerability is more of a benefit than liability to men, and why it shouldn't be reserved only for a wife versus when dating. Then we have Beaten Cheeks in the chat.
Your boy.
Yeah, Beaten Cheeks.
Your boy,
My
Beaten
boy.
Cheeks.
He
Making
gave
the rounds.
This chat was for me. Nat,
Okay.
I'm sorry you're feeling down. Just know that if you were single, I'd take you on a coffee, and I'd love to take you on the tour of the Valuetainment building. Thanks, Beaten Cheeks.
By the way, Natalya's feed pics are on sale right now. Buy one, get 1 foot free. If you would like, same for her bathwater. Sign up to her OnlyFeed account. It's on onlyfeet.com.
Yeah, sponsored by Valuetainment, right? Then we have Leon again. He said, tell me why. Then we have Bean Cheeks again. The panel is dead. Did everyone rage too hard in Miami this weekend? Wake up, my lord. That was at the beginning.
Wake up, ladies.
Now
Partying
we have,
too hard. You heard
everyone's
it from
waking up.
who made that
everyone's
comment?
waking up. That was Bean Cheeks, but that was earlier.
You know, Beaten Cheats us.
That was
you know
earlier.
it's true.
And then we have again Bean Cheeks. Melina's too masculine for my feminine energy. Bean.
Hell yeah.
Bean Cheeks, you're exposing yourself. Then we have Leon.
I'll take care of him later.
Then we have Leon VRP again. He said, ladies, isn't it exhausting to constantly be masculine, to never be yourself, to not do what's literally in your DNA? It must be very unfulfilling daily reality. Then we have Bean Cheeks again. Why does your family think, what does your family think of your OnlyFans job, blonde? But that's you.
Neyleen?
Neyleen.
I'm assuming we'll get into that in a bit.
Then
We'll address that in a second. Yes.
Then we have Just Jerry podcast. Angela looking fire. Yes, you are.
Angela
Then
does
we-
look nice today.
Yes,
I gotta
she
give you
does.
credit where credit's due.
Phenomenal. Then we
Everyone
have-
looks nice.
Yes, everyone does look very lovely. Then we have WMLD.
Even you,
Save That
Melina.
Money. Melina looks
Melina's
very
actually
cute.
very necessary.
Oh,
Because
Yes.
thank you.
every podcast needs a girl to talk too much so a guy can be like, Would you stop it?
Bitch.
Yeah, I didn't say that. That's MLD's job.
Then we have Leon VRP. No disrespect to Destiny's wife, but man, this is going to be a total wreck in 10 years. Over time, the entire castle lies inevitably comes down.
Sure, I'm gonna transform until then. So
Nat,
I'm on
talk
my
louder.
way.
And then we have Uncle Luke, one of the biggest super chats. He said, first of all, stop the cap. I make over 6 figures. I'm over 6 feet and packing. Never had issues getting played here, and I would still rather have a lady outside the U.S. is more traditional country. Y'all are cap. Then we have Beaten Cheeks. Again, ladies, understand us wealthy folks don't care about about where we meet women. I'll gladly take a beautiful young girl working at McDonald's over any of you. Then we have Uncle Luke again. He said,
Damn.
you Western 304s are mad because you can't compete with ladies in Japan or other traditional nations because you bought nonsense of the hyper-individualism. Then we have Bethune-Cookman groundskeepers. Mel rep and destruction for nuclear family squad. Then we have another from Leon VRP. I think he said, I lived experiencing the freedom in boundaries. No boundaries is a recipe for absolute self-destruction. And then we have Bethune-Cookman ground speakers again. Gustique, not
Cartier.
clout, Inu to make it in the description box. I didn't get that one. Then we have Uncle Luke again. Shout out to MLD. I know you can't wait to be back around real lovely ladies back in Japan. Men self-improve and go where you're appreciated. Then we have Marcellus Wallace. How do we enter for the raffle? I'd love to see you live. Again, $5 super chat. And then every time you super chat $5 and more, we'll put you in the wheel. And then at the end, we'll pick a certain winner.
Oh, I like this. Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, Wheel of Names.
2 tickets to the
tickets
Fresh and
free.
Fit live podcast here at the SOSCast.
That's going to be
At
sick.
Valuetainment Studios. This will be June 2nd,
Yes.
Friday night. Let's do it. All right.
Then
Anything
we
else,
have-
Nat?
Yeah, I got a few more. Let me just
Oh,
get through
okay.
them, right?
Sorry about that. You kind of seemed like you were in wind down mode.
No, I'm good. Then we have Beaten Cheeks. Mail-in chats don't sub for any OnlyFans or female streams. Use that money to focus and build your own worth. Not the matriarchal thirst industries for females that won't ever meet you or respect you. Then we have Ryan, the eating warrior. The fact that these women laugh at men's rational fear of divorce is everything you need to know about society. Why push marriage? Just swear to be faithful and nobody has any right to each other's money. And then we have Bibele Duke. Thank God Jamaicans leaving. Let the Canadians speak, you greedy girls. Big Tiny. It would be worse for an average man because he would be left broke and possibly homeless. Also, seeing kids part-time. Then we have Bebe Luke again. How combative and self-centered. The high BC. Then we have Al. No matter what you earn as a man, you should still get a prenup. Pensions are also considered marital property, and women could take half of your retire for the rest of your life, even if she gets remarried.
Jesus.
And then the last few that just came in. Bean Cheeks, I don't pay for no fee picks. Stop it, Adam. Come on, Bean Cheeks. Then we said extra guac.
I'm telling you, it's buy one foot, get the other free. It's a good deal.
Save that money.
Save that money. And then we have extra guac. Natalia, you can wink at MLD. Yeah, he wishes. Then we have full weed Todd. Divorce is actually worse than the average man. They end up living in their cars. The number causes for exiting the earth for men over 40 is self-deleting due to divorce. And then let me see if I missed any other ones, because I think I may have missed it. I think that's it. Alrighty, that will be it for Super Chats. Thank you all for the Super Chats. I will be putting all your names in the Wheel of Names, and I will be picking a winner for the end of the episode. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalia. And
Yes.
I think there's about 1,500 people watching live on YouTube right now. Thank you guys for being here.
Oh, I see I missed a few, but I'll read them at the end, so don't worry, everyone.
Read those at the end. Okay. So I want to get through 2 stories here because we've got about a half hour left, and then I want to spend some time doing the Wheel of Fortune and, of course, the happy ending at the end, so people win some free tickets to this. So I want to talk about some daddy issues. Okay? I don't know. I've had some father issues in my life, but I don't know if it's applicable to men. I don't know. But we talked about the Call Her Daddy podcast. That girl clearly has some daddy issues. But here's an article that I would like to highlight and have you, lovely women, be vulnerable for a second. You let us know your actual opinions on this. And MLD will be the judge. of you guys right now. I think I like that for right there. So here are the 6 signs of daddy issues. If we can pull this up real quick.
I'm gonna put up 6 fingers just so I can go down.
Yes.
List.
Okay. So before we do, how about this? Just go down the list here, if you would, in a sentence or less. Describe your relationship with your father.
Non-existent.
Non-existent. Sounds like a recipe for some daddy issues. I don't know. Angela?
I don't have a dad, but I have a father figure. I don't know if that counts. So.
Judge, does that count?
How long has he been with you?
Since I was like 14.
Okay. How old are you now?
28.
It's not bad.
Judge authorized it. It counts. No daddy issues right there. Neyleen, what's your relationship like with your father?
The best.
The-
I love
the
my
best.
dad so much. Yeah.
And he's aware that you do OnlyFans.
Yeah, he wears a shirt that says "Subscribe to my daughter's OnlyFans."
How much commission does he get for his
Nothing. We were
referrals?
able to raise money with Playboy for his kidney transplant that he ended up not getting, but kidney care. So, tits for kidneys.
Respect to your
W
dad
dad.
out there. Melina, what's your relationship like with your dad?
We're best friends.
Besties.
We're very good, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
and he
always
knows
been
about
the
all
best.
your sexual escapades and all your nonsense. He's cool with it.
I don't think I do much sexual stuff online. I'm just talking very crazy. But I mean,
Well, you talk about some of the stuff.
yeah, I
you
do, but all sweets do. Like we're very.
Okay, so
we
sweets
do.
are very.
We're very like
out
that.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I grew up with like TV shows where they had sex and shit. It's like not a big deal. It's European. Yeah.
Welcome to Sweden. Lithuania.
I would say my father was very absent in most of my life. We did rekindle recently, so it's very much like surface level conversations up to this point. But I did want to add, like, I hate like daddy issues because it's kind of like framed on the woman, like, oh, like she has daddy issues, when clearly there's a larger problem of absentee fathers.
I agree. I think it's incumbent on men to fucking
Yeah.
raise their kids. Totally understand. Natalya, what's your relationship like with your father?
My relationship with my dad is great.
That
Well,
didn't
if you
seem
know
like
details,
a.
my birth father, he did pass away when I was younger, and my mom remarried, and my relationship with both of my dads are phenomenal.
I
Well,
love that.
thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
And I know your dad, and I think he's a great guy.
Great. I
You
think
know,
so too.
he got mad at me one time, but that's about something else.
We'll
Don't
talk
worry
about that later, no?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's why she sits so far
We're
away.
still
I get
buddies.
it now.
I'm gonna mud wrestle the hell out of this.
Yeah,
right here.
you wish.
Anyway, let's go through. I want to get it from females' perspective.
All right, fingers
you know,
up.
You know how this is what MLD and I are going to do. You know how we were trying to tell you what men our concerns are, why we're maybe avoiding marriage, prenups, whatever, and all you girls are like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah." It's like, just listen to us. Here's your guys' chance to talk, and we're going to listen, and MLD is going to judge. All right? So here are the 6 signs of daddy issues. Can we pull up this article real quick? This is from a relationships website. Here are the 6 signs that she may have some daddy issues and what it means. So number 1 is that she doesn't trust male figures. We'll go at that. Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Anyway, I'll go down the list. I can't really see so good. Number 1, she doesn't trust or open up to male figures. That's number 1. Neyleen, thank you for counting to 6. We really love you.
You're welcome.
Number 2, she constantly seeks reassurance from male partners. So on one hand, she doesn't trust, but on the other hand, she seeks reassurance. Number 3, she puts the relationship on a pedestal.
Yep.
Okay. Number 4, her personal life mirrors childhood attachments. Neyleen, you're doing a lot of nodding.
Yeah, because
Okay.
all of these are ding, ding, ding.
Okay, number 5, overly protective or jealous.
Yup.
Okay. Number 6, she has a complicated relationship with her dad. Yeah, no shit.
It used to be. Now it's
Okay. So, again, I've often said, correct me if I'm wrong, a guy goes through trauma. I think it makes him tougher. I think that makes him more resilient. I think he can bounce back. He needs to go through some shit to become a man. I'm totally okay with a man dealing with some trauma and coming out back on the other side.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I don't want my woman in my life to have dealt with a ton of trauma. It's not ideal.
No.
I think what you would want as a woman, I'm going to open up for you guys, what you would want from a woman is a man who has dealt with some shit, been through some shit, is better and stronger, and is just more amazing on the other side. I don't want my beautiful, young, whatever girlfriend who had dealt with a fucking ton of trauma. Okay, and then it's like it's a whole nonsensical thing after that. So that's my opinion. So Neyleen, we'll start with you. When you're hearing these daddy issues, what resonated the most with you?
Well, first I have to say that you're talking about you don't want a woman that has trauma, but we don't know what the future holds, and we don't know if the relationship that you're married to a woman, right? What if some trauma happens within the relationship? You don't want a woman that's just going to leave you and divorce you, right? So you want a woman that's had some trauma, that kind of has some depth within her, because then you know she's a ride or die for life, and she's not going to be the girl to leave you and want to divorce you at the side of trauma. So you do want a girl that has gone through some things, that has gone through some trauma, sorry, my Cuban accents, but you want a woman that has gone through some trauma and has also come out resilient, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a reflection of you and your relationship and what you guys may go through. That's what I think.
Okay. I actually appreciate that. But back to the daddy issues thing here. You were doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What resonated the most with you? And keep in mind, there's going to be men watching that'll be like, all right, cool. I just want to understand women better.
Yeah.
So spit some game to the men out there.
So I think, number one, I put down all my fingers with all of those, because growing up, my relationship wasn't that great with my father. But in time, as I grew up, now we're amazing. But I did go through a lot of trials and errors with my dad. So I think that the number one thing that resonated with me is the attachment style. Like for me, it's kind of hard to be alone. And I always feel like I need reassurance from a man, which is, it sucks, but I guess it's just like my submissive tendencies. Like I like to be reassured and told I'm doing a good job. Maybe that's a daddy issue thing, but
I think that's just normal. You want validation from your partner in a relationship.
Yeah, it's very important.
I like
for
when
me.
you know, if I put on a suit and she's like, "You look very nice," or if she gets done up, or you know, her hair done. You know, if you get your hair done, you come home and your man doesn't say shit, you're like,
I've gone through that a lot though. Where I have gotten dressed and I've done my makeup and I come downstairs and it's been like maybe a couple days that I didn't get to do that because I've been with the kids, and I come down and I feel like I look so nice, and my partner never even says like, "Wow, you look so pretty," or "You look great, you smell good." Nothing. It takes 2 seconds to give someone a compliment, and for me, like that's what fuels my fire, because I give that to others, so I just want it in return.
Yeah.
Food, water, shelter, clothing, appreciation.
Sex.
Yeah.
And sex. Yeah. But appreciation is paramount to anybody's
Mary
life.
Kay said
Big
that.
By the way, everyone just appreciate what a lovely outfit MLD is wearing today. Someone pay a compliment to MLD? Anyone? No?
We did tell you in the beginning of the podcast you look nice.
Yeah. All right,
Thank
back
you.
to the daddy
You're
issues.
sweetheart.
By the way, real quick shout out. You know who I appreciate? Natalya Delvalle. There she is. She's over there.
She's
Sassy
your
as hell
daddy.
today. Sassy as hell. But you know I appreciate her. Right, Nat?
Right. Right.
Mud wrestle the hell out of this girl. Anyway, Tessa, who you look lovely today, by the way.
Thank
Your
you.
attitude is on
Good
point.
job, son.
Yes.
I'm proud.
I'm out here. What should men understand about daddy issues? When you were reading this list, you said that you have a non-existent relationship with your dad.
Yeah.
What does that do, and what does that bring to a relationship?
I haven't had a relationship with my real father since I was about 13. So it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's funny because people always say to me like, "Oh, you should have so many issues," and they're like, "You're so normal for somebody that like doesn't have their real father in their life." And I'm like, "What does that mean?" You know, like I just think I am what I am. But like going through that list of like, I trust men. I don't not trust men unless they give me a reason to not trust them. But same with like the validation. Of course, everybody loves validation. So for me to like be validated by the guy that I'm with, I think that's something that's not a sign of daddy issues. That's a sign of like you're actually into your partner because you want to know that they're into you and you're into them. So I don't know. I think it's like, yeah, you can say these things, but these things can be general to somebody who has a perfect father in their life who's never had issues. But then these can also be somebody who has no father. So I don't think it's like very specific.
I think it's a constant reassurance, like. Because you know,
like all the time.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah,
dudes
I
that
need
have
it,
that
like,
too. There's dudes. I mean, the dude you're dating, that guy has fucking mommy issues too. Like there's
For sure,
a
and
whole
I'm a mommy,
other
so-
counterculture to that.
Yeah. I don't
Okay,
know.
Angela, you said that you were raised by a father figure since you're 14.
Yes.
Any of these daddy issues resonate with you?
They don't necessarily resonate with me, but I could understand, like, those are definitely red flags. But I would like to touch on, I think it's important for people to recognize, like, we should start focusing on building each other, and if that's an unpopular opinion. But I think that people have this idea that you just want to give people that are perfect, and those who want that aren't even perfect themselves. And I think, like, the most valuable relationships are the ones that actually grow from within each other. There are certain trauma bonding or broken parts with each other that we could definitely complement and grow from. And I think I did that even with my own partner. So I think that people nowadays look at this whole online stuff and they want girls who are perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. So those are certain red flags, but they themselves understand, like, we are also looking for a father figure in our partner. You know, like when you get married, who's walking us down the aisle? The guy who's going to give you the responsibility. And when I say that, people generally don't like hearing that because they find this idea of like, oh, that's weird. We don't want to be your father, but like you want us to be somewhat mothering, nurturing for your child, or even parts of a man when he's down bad. And I would say that's important to have it in a partner. That's what makes her a wife or the main person that you spend the rest of your life with. And you can't get that out of her if you're not going to nurture that broken side of her.
Well said. Melina?
I think all of us go through something when we're kids, and it doesn't necessarily have to be from your father and mother. It could be a teacher that was really abusive or something like that towards you. It could be literally anything in your past. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the case. And when you're having problems when you grow up, especially in relationships, it doesn't necessarily have to come from your parents either, that they were bad to you or anything like that, or you were missing someone. And I would also say that I don't think that men can just go, like, all men are just going through and they're perfect and they're going through, and we can't. I don't know if you specifically said that, but you said that you didn't want to have someone that goes through trauma. I think everyone does to some sort of degree, and it kind of forms us as who we are. And I think, honestly, my hot take here is I think women can deal with that a lot better most of the times than men can, because men suppress their feelings a lot more, and women are a lot more allowed to explore them and like go through them and figure them out. That's my hot take about that.
Thank you for your perspective. I think you did a great job on that, Melina, and I appreciate you. Guste, bring us home now, girl.
I would say in terms of daddy issues, the one thing that I noticed in myself was like male validation. So since I didn't get a lot of attention from my dad, I needed that masculine attention from somewhere else, so I would seek it often. I don't think necessarily that's like relevant nowadays, but I did notice that like in my past. And in regard to the trauma thing, going off what she said, everyone's going to go through trauma. I think what really matters is how that person has healed, and if they're willing to like listen to, you know, hey, like you need to work on this and this, and like being willing to work on that. But, you know, not everyone's perfect and everyone's going to deal with some sort of baggage.
Well said. MLD, last take.
I don't want a traumatized woman in my life. I don't want any history of trauma. I've dealt with those kind of fucking nutbags, and I don't ever want to deal with it ever again. I want to deal with a normal, mentally stable, healthy woman. So
And you think you're normal?
Exactly.
in what sense?
Well, do you think you have healthy habits?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Weren't you the same one who like fat shamed me like last week or so?
I don't know.
You think that's normal from a man, from a stranger to fat shame somebody?
I don't remember. Did I call you fat?
Don't
Okay.
do that. Don't do that. You know what you were in the chat. You knew you were in the chat. Don't do that on camera.
I don't know.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Don't
what?
do that,
You have a
MLD, because
strange
you
way
were
of,
in the
like-
chat with your checkmark name doing that.
What was I
own
saying?
Up, listen, it's okay if you want to do those things, but
Yeah.
own up to what you do.
What was I saying?
I mean, women are apparently like CEO of not taking accountability, but I mean, I guess you should change your pronouns because I'd say you're kind of in the same bracket when it comes to that.
All right, I'll get right on that.
And that's not masculine energy.
Just
masculine energy owns
High value
up
men. Remember, I told you
to
that.
what
Don't
they
call
say.
people whores either.
I'm just saying, I mean, women can't handle criticism. I took that like a champ, that's fine. I'll take that. But I think you yourself as a man should probably work on that instead of saying that I don't want to traumatize women, because it definitely shows
I
that
don't
you
want
have.
to. I don't want to traumatize women.
We don't want to traumatize men either. That's the thing. So
Okay.
that's why it's easier to go to Japan and find the konnichiwa type of girl, because they're not going to debate with you. That's the problem.
That's right. They're just robotic female slaves in Japan. They have no personalities.
It
They just
shows.
say konnichiwa.
Yeah, sumi-san, all that shit that you like. It's evident that you're used to women who don't check you when you're being irrational
Thanks.
and way out of place.
Thanks for the whole synopsis on the 37 years of my
It
life.
shows.
You've,
Well,
you've
age
arrived
really
here
doesn't
in the
mean to
hour
a
and
lot of
half.
people. It shows. Like, you could be, my grandma's 80 years old and still drives like shit. It doesn't matter how old you are. So I would have to say, you sound like somebody who really looks down on women with the way that, I mean, you even made a whole hit piece on Nat. I think that's weird.
I didn't make a hit piece on her.
This guy, you should really change your pronouns, because I could see that's not your best trait to actually own up to what you do. And I think that's really disgusting.
Why don't you sit in your masculine energy and maybe just apologize for what you said? I think that that's very masculine. I think that's a great way, because I feel like, number one, in a war, everyone thinks they're right?
Yes.
So I think that right now is a great opportunity for you to show that men can be masculine and have feelings and can also and think back about what they said. Maybe in the moment you said it because you got excited or whatever, and you were just in this phase of yours. But I think sitting here in front of her, you're talking about that you want this wife and this submissive person and all of this, but where's your respect towards women?
Yes.
And don't you run like an entire male empowerment thing? Like, I think that's important that people look up to you. And you know what's funny? I actually subscribed to you prior to you doing that. And I thought that was so out of pocket. And I was like, wow, like people like you, respectfully to anyone that's listening, this is why I stepped out of the red pill space, because you guys are so quick to demonize women in the West. But mind you, all of these girls have been working since we were old enough to work. A lot of us have to retire our families. But instead of people seeing that, you guys demonize women for masculine traits when we're also working just like you. And I don't expect respect, but like there was no beef and it was so unnecessary. And I think that's accountability that some people should take, but to each their own.
Yes.
Just saying.
So what are you upset that I called you fat?
This is upset. This is upset.
Clearly.
This is addressing.
Well,
and
why
I think
don't you want to
important
own up to
address.
what you said, though? Why
What
are you
was it? What was
denying?
it that was said?
And if anything, we're kind of built the same, which is funny, dude. We're like, I mean, come on, man. You can't be sitting there acting like we're like, oh, and I'm like, dude, honestly, that's so out of pocket in so many ways.
Well, how about this?
Yeah.
This came out of left field, but I don't know. I'm like tuned in right now. Like,
Yeah,
well,
but
I didn't
let
know this
him-
was
let him
happening on
own
my
up-
show, but here we
Let him
go.
own up to what was
Here we go.
said and let him clear
So,
the room.
all
If
good.
we misinterpreted,
Ladies, hold on.
if we didn't
All right.
understand, let him
So
clear the air.
guys, let me just host a show for a second. You're upset because why?
I think that, listen, criticism, sure, but be real and own up to whatever mistake you make. Because, again, you are
Okay.
leading whatever
What
group
did
you are.
I say? What is so upsetting? I don't get it. Why didn't you
Is
talk
this-
to me?
You
Is
don't
this
know
chick
what
supposed
you
to be
do?
attractive?
Why
You
didn't
do all
you-
this content and you comment all these things, but you don't remember what you do. But you have all the comments to be made.
No, it's okay. I'll just endure this like I should in an abusive relationship.
Okay, so MLD, what do you recall of this?
I'm still waiting for that. Like, I don't get it. What was said that made you so upset?
This is the problem. So if we reverse the roles, if a woman addressed this, you'd be
Sorry,
like, you're
just
being
not
emotional.
gonna answer the question.
There is nothing. I've
Why
said
don't
it like
you
5
answer the
times.
question?
I'm asking the question. Well, why are you so mad?
This is
She's
mad.
already said it.
Because
What
what?
do
Fine.
what do you?
She did it.
He
She's
said
already
you're saying that he
explained it.
called you fat and you're addressing
To
it.
just take accountability for it. Like, oh my
Okay.
bad, I was probably
Because
just
he's
slurring
talking
on
about
Hennessy.
women that they have to do X, Y, and Z and all this what they have to do,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't, treat women badly because they have to submit to you. And in Tokyo or whatever, they're so feminine and this and that. But it's here, you come here, and when there's women are making valid points and there are respectable women, you come in the chat and you fat shame, or you go and make pieces about people, or whatever it is that you want to do. At the end of the day, all that's being said is that, listen, if you're going to do those things, own up to it and then make your point about it. If you're going to do these things and you're not going to own up to it, and then what's the point? You're just what, bullying people?
What's up with, like, there's no integrity in what you stand on. Like, nowadays, like, you're running a space where men stand on principles and honor, but, like, you see someone's face and you completely dismiss the fact that was disgusting. Like, disgusting. We're not in a Call of Duty lobby. Like, I don't know you. It wasn't like I've said something to you. I said anything to you. I've stepped out of the combative space of the red pill stuff because of guys like you. And you prove my point to it. It's like, I don't know you. You don't have to do that, and that's fine. It's fine if I said, like, you're not my preference. I've never attacked you before.
Right.
But
I'm
again,
still waiting for what made you upset.
it's okay. Right now, we're going to call you the delusional girl.
All right, how about I just?
And we can just stick
you want
to
to just
that.
leave because this is retarded.
No, I will.
Why would you leave,
You're
though?
upset because
Why would you
Wait,
leave?
let's-
You literally are. You're an example.
Can
for
somebody
men.
tell me what I
You're an
said that everybody's so
example for
upset
men
about that I'm still
you
waiting
make
on?
content
what was the
for.
example that, just
Okay,
to be clear?
I'll do the 3. Was it 3? Nah, I'm pretty sure it was. Is this chick supposed to be attractive? 1. 2, she's 40 pounds too heavy.
Yep.
XYZ, something about weight. I wouldn't listen to her. Like, you just went on a rant. It was like,
How do you know that was him, though?
Because it was his name with the check mark in the chat.
Do you recall doing that?
I guess so. So
Okay,
you're
so
mad.
now you recall.
You're mad because I
So-
said you're
but you
40
see-
pounds overweight. I'm on every chat. I'm in Fresh and Fit. You know how it is when you're a streamer. You're in all these chats. I did like 6 shows in the last 6 days.
So just say sorry.
So just own
No, no,
up
no,
to being
wait,
a
I
piece of
don't-
shit.
Well, no. So I'm not. So first of all, I'm not a piece of shit.
You don't
So
think
don't
that's
talk to
piece
me
of
like
shit
that.
behavior?
Okay, don't talk to me like that. All right.
see you're
Secondly,
upset.
all right, I said what I said. I do think maybe you were 40 pounds overweight.
sure.
So what's wrong with that?
We can match each other's energy. All I had to say was you need to, like, own up to your shit because it's weird that you
I
would
just
face
did.
me. Yeah, after like pulling teeth, are you good?
No, after you talking over me and freaking
This
trauma
was all-
dumping
Did I say
live
that?
on
I
the
don't know what I said.
show.
See what I
you
said? I don't
pick
know
these
what I said.
words and like you throw them on people. But if I acted the way you act, you would demonize me. If I literally attacked you the way you attacked me, if I said the things that's disrespectful. If another man said the shit that you said to me, oh, that's fighting words. But yet a woman says it to you, oh, she's being dramatic, she's masculine, she's emotional. But
I didn't call you any of those
where's
things.
the vein coming out of my neck that I'm so triggered right now that, oh, she's mad? I think it's disgusting that you act that way. It's so like unattractive and not manly, but yet you sit here and shame women. Oh, I can't wait to go back to Japan. I just think there again, you're leading a bunch of cows to follow you, and you're like, yeah, this is how men should act. That's not how men in my family and in my life act, and it's so unattractive that you think that's normal. So you are part of the problem in the West, is what I'm basically saying.
Okay.
So let's try to put a silver lining on this thing. This came out.
Fucking Christ.
How should he have acted, in your opinion?
We walked in the green room. All you had to do was say, hey, no hard feelings. I was just on the little juice a little bit. I was tripping. My bad. I would have been like, all right, bro. Like, all fair is word. That's fine. I would have dropped it. But the fact that you walk in the room, you don't address it, you sit here, it's like awkward. And I'm like, this is how, again, people like you want women to submit to this garbage nonsense. And then you're, well, women are not submissive. Why would I submit to that type of activity? But again, this is showbiz. That's fine.
You're totally entitled to that. I'll give you, you know.
I didn't even know who she is when I was in the waiting room.
So that's the whole point.
Oh my God. You are meant for the camera, my friend. You are something else. You don't know who she was when you were in the chat?
No.
No.
In the
it's
camera,
fine.
in the back room?
No, it's okay.
All right, well, how about this?
Oh my God.
Was there anything you would like to take back or apologize? Whatever you want.
No, not after
Okay.
being treated like that. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna be talked down to by like some child that has no decency to communicate with me in a respectful manner.
It starts with you. What
Okay.
man leads a relationship like that? You don't even
She's
know how
not
to lead
talking
a
down,
general
though.
space.
All right, you guys are better than me. You win. Cool. Next question, please.
Amazing.
Anyway,
She's not talking down to you. She's
you guys good?
she's
She's
confronting
you.
Amazing.
You guys good? All right. I had like 3 more topics to get to, but I'm sitting in the middle of this like, holy shit. Anyway, I hope you guys, at least after the show, can hug it out. I don't know if that's possible.
I got a
Maybe
hard out
mud
at 6. I
wrestle.
told you.
Okay, we got to get going. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this last segment. This came out of nowhere. This is live TV, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't expect that happening. But I hope you guys genuinely can figure this out after the show. No hard feelings. I understand where you're at. Natalya,
Yeah.
final super chats. Let's get some winners,
You
and
want me
we'll
to
go to the
read them?
happy ending, and we got to wrap up for today.
Okay, so I will go through. Let's see where to start. I'll start with the one on my screen right here. Bean Cheeks, I never subbed to Angela or MLD, but Angela got my vote for the roast. Typical red pill guys never take accountability for the same way OnlyFans girls in their future. Then we have this one, Bean Cheeks, have more enthusiasm reading the chat. I will. Then we have Full Weed Todd. Divorce is actually worse than average men. They end up lying in their cars and sitting on earth for men at 40, self-destruction. Sorry, it was a little blurry when I took a picture. Then we have Redo.
Hold on,
Destiny.
guys. As we're doing this, production team, real quick. I know we're wrapping up. MLD literally has to go. He's not walking off. No. He said at 6 o'clock he needed to hard out at 6 o'clock right now. MLD, final words before you run off. I don't want to go out like this. Anything you would like to say before you do?
I got nothing to say. I'm out.
See? My point.
All right, brother.
I'll text you. Thank you. Sorry.
Of course, bro. Joey, let's make sure he gets out safely.
Oh shit.
Wow. Anyway,
And we're the ones that get
He's
our
not having a
period.
good
guys,
Right,
I'm just
saying.
listen, for the record, just so everyone's on the same page here, me and MLD are cool. We've got 0 issues. He's always been super respectful.
No,
But at the same time, you and I are also very cool. We've also been very respectful together. This is on you guys to address publicly, privately, whatever. This is on you guys. For the record, I had no clue that any of this was going to happen. It's great for TV, but not exactly what I wanted to happen with my show. But such is life. Anyway, guys, sorry about that. If you were offended or enjoyed it, and you're an S&M type of person, fucking play on player. But me and MLD are cool, just so we're clear on that. Nat, go ahead, finish some super chats.
Destiny's girls interrupt a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I get interrupted. I have a
one to
video of you
start.
interrupting me 30 times. 37, actually.
That's one to
From
start.
last one, so
Yeah, well,
payback time. Okay.
Then
you're
we-
very necessary for podcasts because every
I think so,
podcast needs
too.
a girl for a guy to be
The
like,
annoying
just
one.
already,
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah,
Cunt.
I don't use that word. But
Then it said,
I gotta say, the classiest person on the podcast today is
Tessa.
Guste.
Ooh, Guste.
different.
She's been super classy
next
today.
to you anymore.
Last week she was accusing men of raping everybody, but
Oh
now.
my God, no,
man.
that's not what I was saying
guys,
at all.
these, I'm a former comedian. These are jokes, guys. Relax. You're also classy. You're
Former
classy.
comedian.
We're all classy. Go ahead. Sorry, I know we gotta wrap up.
Okay, then we had this one came in by Beaten Cheeks, best ending for SOSCast ever. Then we have Lou Castley, a feminine would never call out a man like she did. It should have been handle 111.
Oh my God, so dumb.
All right. Then we have Steven's wife needs to be quiet. She takes the argument to an extreme and applies it to the general. Then we have Walderman Perez Jr. This is why we have generations of weird people due to absentee parents trying to do many things at one time instead of focusing on their kids. And then Bean Cheeks, these females are sleeping around to have daddy issues. And then that was all the newer chats we have right now.
Okay. So how's this gonna work? Because we got some free tickets to give away to the
I gotta
live
add
show
a
with
few
Fresh
names.
and Fit. How do we do this, Nat?
So let's get everyone's...
Teach me something, Nat.
Teach
I don't
me
know how
something.
technology works.
So what I'll do is I'm gonna finish putting the names in here. If you girls want to give your happy endings, and then we'll do the last thing. We'll be picking the name.
Okay.
So happy endings, and
All
we'll
right.
finish the names.
So at the end of every show, we do what is known as the happy ending, where you guys can give your 2 cents on what happened today or in life, or give a plug for yourself. We had sort of an unhappy ending today, but this is show business, not show friends. Tessa, you got a camera? Let the people know where to find you. What do you want people to know? What's your take? Go ahead.
You can find me down in Miami. I am a tattoo artist. I'm one of the best in Miami, so you can come see me, Tattooed by Tessa. And I have no sense for the end of that. Angela is not 40 pounds overweight, so just really don't think that's something you should say to a female. That's it.
Angela, you have the mic now. You made some serious waves right here. I don't think you and MLD are going to be going on a date anytime soon. But what are your final 2 cents? Give us your happy ending.
Pick your role models wisely, guys. Not everyone on the internet is qualified to give you advice, including myself. But at the end of the day, to each their own, your results will say a lot. And if that's who you look up to, you should really question yourself, is all I'm going to say.
All right. Listen, I found myself caught between a rock and a hard place, because I do think that he gives a lot of good advice out, but at the same time, it's probably not the right thing to do to treat a woman that way. So I think he'll take some ownership. I think he's a smart guy. I think he'll reflect and act better, and we'll see where we go from here. But I'm not picking sides here. I'm not here to start the drama, but I wish that it didn't go down like that, but it did, and we'll see where it goes. Neylingus,
Yeah.
my friend,
Yeah.
my homie, my compadre. I haven't seen you in so long.
I know, man.
My girl, the first time I saw you, you
I had
talking
to
like
pretend.
this.
Yes, when
you
the first
pretended
time I
you didn't
met
speak
you.
English.
Yes, I was like,
The first
hello.
First time I meet her, my boy introduced me. He goes, "This is Neyleen. I'm Neyleen." I'm like, I'm rolling my eyes. I'm like, really, Chris, bro? She got some, she got it going on. I'm my name Neyleen. I'm like, oh god.
This
And
is
then
a plan.
she's like, I'm just kidding, motherfucker. I'm Neyleen. What's up? I'm like, oh.
I'm like, I speak English. She's
Yeah,
like, oh my
that's-
god.
Speaks English, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Neyleen, go ahead.
Anyways, my
Thank you for coming on
happy-
today. Give
of
us your happy ending.
course. Yeah, my happy ending would be that I would get in contact with Andrew Tate again, because he DM'd me and then his Instagram got deleted and then he went to jail. So I don't
Well,
know
he's
how
out
to
of jail.
find him. Yeah, he's out of jail now.
I can help you get in touch with him.
Yeah,
if that's
please.
what
He
you're
DM'd
looking
me
to
and he
do.
was really nice. He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm home. He's like, good. He's like getting ready for our future kids. And then I never responded back because his Instagram got deleted.
Neyleen, you know what? What you say doesn't make sense. I
It's
just want a
true.
normal, nice guy, take care of my kids, and it's like, yo, where the NBA ballers at? Where Tate's at? It's like,
No, he wants me to be home and raise children and be submissive. That's what I want. I want to be a
can't
sex
make
slave for
this
life.
shit up.
No, you can't.
Anyway, we'll see what we can do to make you a referral there. Tate,
All
if you're
right.
watching. Okay, Melina,
Yeah?
you're adorable and argumentative as always.
Yeah.
Combative
Thank
and annoying
you.
and sweet
Thank
as
you.
always.
I appreciate it. I
It's
like being all those
it's
things.
like
It's great.
sweet and salty all in one.
It's awesome. That's
Yeah.
like the type, when you dip like fries, salty fries with ice cream, it's like the best thing.
Dip it in a Wendy's
That's
Frosty.
basically me. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
go ahead.
So you can find me on YouTube, melina.joransson, twitch.tv/melina. Same on Instagram as the YouTube, Melina.Goransson, and I guess on TikTok, Melina.Goransson.
Okay, look forward to doing more content with you.
Yeah,
having
it's
more
super
laughs
fun.
with you,
Yeah,
yelling
thank
at
so
you,
much for having me
arguing
here.
with you.
Yeah, this episode was
like-
really fun. I really liked
Yeah,
this
I
episode.
agree.
It was
Fun.
super fun.
How,
Yeah.
what were your take on MLD? You guys get along, yeah?
I think he's a little childish.
Oh, I think he's.
I don't
he's
really
cool.
know too much about him, but I think he should be able to own up to his stuff and not act so emotional.
Yeah, it's always said was
Yeah.
just own up to it.
All right.
Control his emotions, because I think everyone here was very
All he needed to
respectful
say was, "Yo, my bad." I
and
take
just
it
very
back.
on point. Everyone here, all the girls, and
It's
I
all
think
good,
that
but
he
that's
was the
on
one who was a
him.
little.
I don't want to put words in his mouth.
Anyways.
He's a grown man. Guste, I think you've been very classy today. I appreciate you being here again. Give us your happy ending.
My pleasure. I would props to Angela, because how you handled that situation was so classy, respectful, and to handle a situation with such calmness and like your demeanor is like so hard, especially like for a lot of people to do. So like I really respect you for how you brought that to attention, and I think it's very obvious that like a high value man doesn't react to confrontation like that. He doesn't just stand up and walk away all, you know, it's like, you know, thank you for letting me know that this is how you feel. I stand by my word. But like you can see, like, you know, he was all in this like emotional state of mind where it just wasn't clicking for him.
And again,
So-
I'm not defending him. I'm not
Yeah,
shitting
no,
on
no.
him. He
Just
did
my
need to
perspective.
leave by 6 o'clock. That's something we established. I promise you, I'm not lying about that. But he could have handled it any way he wanted. All good. I'm not here to fight other people's battles. But I appreciate you lovely ladies being here. Nat, what you got for me?
You want my happy ending or the rest of the chats?
I mean, I'm going to
All
move
of it.
past your happy ending today
Okay.
and go right to the chats.
Okay,
and
right
let's
to
get
the chats.
these tickets out there.
Okay, Doge, he said these chicks are triggered AF from MLD. Then we have Full Weed Todd from an objective perspective. It's usually a trigger that remember the incident. You should have told him what he said instead of acting unprofessional. That's my opinion. Then we also have Cordell Clark, Adam, back him man, SMH. And then that's it for super chats, and then we'll do the names. And I just want to say quickly, like today's podcast, I think that MLD does give a lot of great insight, and he does have good points for gentlemen out there. But I think just comes to a point what was being addressed was just like own up to the things you say. You know, if that's what you believe, that's great. If not, then just own up to it. That was it. Aside from that, let's I guess pick our winner. Okay, so I'm gonna click to
Do we have a
spin.
drum roll? How does this work, ladies and
Does
gentlemen?
anybody wanna
Fill
do
me the
a-
fuck in before you just start picking
Okay,
winners.
so I put in the names.
Oh, wow, look at all these drum rolls.
Drum roll.
This is great.
So I'm gonna click to spin
Neyleen,
it.
why are you
Spinning.
doing this?
Guys, they gotta
It's
use them,
spinning.
man.
It's spinning, and the winner is Full Weed Todd. Full Weed Todd.
Full Weed Todd.
Full Weed Todd.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Oh, wait, the lights. They gotta
Okay.
show the
What a great name,
So-
Full Wee Todd.
Full Weed Todd.
I can't
we
make this shit up
appreciate
today.
your super chat.
Anyway, there's 2 tickets with your name on it for the show.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get in touch with this gentleman?
So if you actually want to send in an email, or you can actually DM me, Full Weed Todd, with
Oh,
proof
now all of a
of
sudden
your
there's DMs
super
going on
chats.
right
No,
now.
I have my DMs. I'll answer them. If you want to DM me the proof of your super chats and then your best email, and then we can send over the tickets for you to join us at the live event.
Okay. Well, thank you for the giveaway.
Thanks.
Guys, thank you, lovely ladies, for being here. Tessa, Angela, Neylingus. All right.
Thanks for
Melina.
having us.
Okay. Guste, Natalya.
Yes.
I look forward to that mud wrestling match with you and your
Bing, bing.
attitude today.
Bing, bing.
But why don't you sit here for the last segment right
Oh,
now?
you want me to
Get your ass
replace our
over here.
special guest?
Yeah, let's go. Fill in for him.
Yay.
Anyway, you got this thing? Anyway, thank you, Natalya. Thank you for being here. You've got big shoes to fill right there from our friend MLD.
I got my toes done.
Okay.
She's
And you got
so
your-
hot.
Do a wide shot real
Yes.
quick if you can. I know we're wrapping up. I got Eric Galera's probably going to fire me right quick because I took time to give away some free tickets. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for joining. None of this was scripted. This came out of the blue.
Stories that we were supposed to
I don't know. I knew none of this. Anyway, I hope you guys can come to good terms. I will give you guys credit for being here. I appreciate all your guys' answers. Yes, even yours, Melina. Appreciate all that.
We're actually
Natalya,
besties behind
welcome
the
to the
scenes.
main stage. Thank you for being
Finally.
here. They said the first time that you've been brought up to the main stage before.
Yes.
Natalya to the main stage, please. Natalya to the main stage. You didn't get that one, did you?
Oh, man.
Anyway, shout out to MLD. More than anything, I do appreciate him coming here. Came all the way from Tokyo. I don't want him to think that his thoughts or his opinions are unvalid. Whatever his issue is, with Angela. I hope he does work out. I hope he can address that. He talks about making money, improving your muscles, learning game, holding frame. These are valuable insights for you men out there. We try to give you guys game on how to operate as a man, hear opinions from women, and you solve for yourself what kind of life you want to live. Anyway, we're trying to do this content to make the best version of yourself. Money, muscles, game, frame. Shout out to MLD. Hope you guys appreciated today's episode, as drama-filled as it was. Again, Friday, June 2nd, Fresh and Fit podcast live here at Valuetainment. We also have a phone number that I need to read, or no?
Oh, yes, there is a phone number. It's going to be, let me get it.
Okay, if you want to get alerts, text messages, events, guests, if you want to submit questions, if you want to be an active part of what we're doing here, you can text this number with the word SOSCast, SOSCAST, and this is going to come directly to Valuetainment. Natalya, what's the phone number?
It's going to be 310-340-1132, and then you'll type SOSCast, and you'll get all the updates for the live event we're going to be having. Now, do me a favor.
Read the number again in your sexiest voice.
Okay. 310-340-1132.
Is there anybody here that could read it sexier than Natalya?
That's just my voice.
Melina?
Melina can. Ready? 310.
310.
340.
340.
1132.
1132.
Oh, yeah.
2.
All right, guys. Text that number 310.
340.
340.
1132.
1132. All right, guys. I got to go. Thank you guys for being here today. We will see you guys on Thursday with Terrell Green and a bunch of lovely ladies. That's going to be a fun freaking show. We'll see you guys then. Peace out.
Peace.